Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my 7th anniversary super duper extravaganza special, starring me and a cavalcade of oncoming guests, bits and pieces over the course of the next, let's say, 3 hours, thereabouts. We'll see how long we can go. I don't want to keep my guests waiting any more than I have to, but first I do have to at least acknowledge those of you in the chat who have showed up to, at least so far, hang out and say hello. Matt Barnes, Advocatus Diaboli, Stoka. Who else is here? Keeverdam, thank you so much. Congrats on 7 years, Scribbles. I'll be listening while lurking. Thank you, Keeverdam, as always. And Derek LaRue, holy cats. Derek LaRue, I don't know what to say, dude. You've been extremely generous and supportive these last several months that, you showed up on the channel and everything, and I really appreciate it. Always do. Hope you're having a good day, and hope you enjoy the show when you have a chance to watch it. I believe you're going to be working today, or did I misinterpret that one? Maybe not. Either way, hope you're having a good one. Some Namgyal Nation, happy 7th anniversary, Scribe Light. Fairly certain I've been with you from near beginning, though not in the chat for the entire time. Congratulations. Yeah, some Namgyal Nation. I look back at some of my oldest videos, and I see myself greeting you on there, so thank you so much. Ranting Monkey Course is here. Tack Alpaca, Caro Soldier, Mike Savage, Ballard, Blakester. Who else is here? Raziel, You're Ridiculous Lunatic, Shiro Gorath, St. Michael, Robert Pincus, Mike R. If I didn't know, say about car. P-Dog Knight is also here. Attack Alpaca, thank you so much. Congrats on 7 years, Scribe. Can't remember what was going on 7 years ago today, but whatever it was, you've seen us through it. Whatever it was, I was here to see it. Yes, thank you so much, Attack Alpaca. Spittle Buggies, hello. And without further ado, because I'm keeping them in the green room right now, let's introduce a cavalcade of stars. Ranting Monkey, hello.
Howdy, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. Everyone, it's Ranting Monkey. Ranting Monkey, who has been one of my longest time YouTube friends, partner on Lords of the Night and many other endeavors. So glad to have you here. It's been a while since we've talked.
It's been a while since we've talked on your channel.
That's true. Yeah, I popped into yours a couple times, but
yeah, I don't think I've been here in years, man. I like what you've done with the place. It's prettied up.
Oh yeah, no, I got animated backgrounds now. Ooh,
I see that. Very nice.
I know, fancy. Also, already in the green room joining me, Christopher Moonlight from Christopher Moonlight Productions. Hello, Christopher Moonlight.
Thank you for having me. Please forgive the dinging. I'm multitasking, but I had to be here for your 7th birthday. It seems like only yesterday that you were crawling around in diapers.
I know, right? Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Christopher Moonlight is a friend of mine that I met on the YouTubes by chance, just like most of my friends on YouTube. Christopher is a filmmaker amongst many other, he's a Renaissance man, animation, filmmaking, writing, scripts, the whole 9 yards. And he's been a very recent friend of mine, but I'm very glad to have met him and been on his channel several times. And
I'm making my channel better, by the way, I have to say. Yes, we were introduced by Gary Kessel on Pop Culture Minefield.
That's right. Yeah, Gary Kessel. Yeah. And
like,
I hope
Christopher needs help. Send in Scribe Light. And yeah,
that's what it was.
The live streams that you join me on are among my favorite. You always bring more to the conversation.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm just being way too sincere right now.
I know. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna start paying you for all that. Also joining us is the Prince himself, P-Dog Knight.
Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm like, I don't see myself. What's up? Hello, happy anniversary. What's that crap in the background? That's really weird.
StreamYard now lets you have animated backgrounds.
No, I'm kidding.
Which I'm perfectly fine. What's the crap in the back? Well, I tried to find a moonscape, but they don't have like a moving moonscape, unfortunately. P-Dog Knight, the lawyer dog.
Lawyer dog.
Yep, lawyer dog.
Lawyer.
Veteran of Lords of the Night family. With his own show, everybody. Oh, go ahead.
P-Dog, how many people actually thought you were a lawyer because of all of that?
I have gotten a few because of that. Yeah, it's unfortunate because I do not give legal advice, nor do I give financial advice, even though I was in finance for a long time. I don't give any advice. I just say shit.
Yeah, P-Dog, there was a joke on our old talk show, Lords of the Night. There was a story about a guy who said, I need a lawyer dog. And it was became a whole thing. Was the guy actually asking for a lawyer in a police interrogation, or wasn't he? And apparently the judge ruled he wasn't. And because they took him literally and say there's no such thing as a lawyer dog. And Peter was in the chat.
One of my favorite stories we ever covered. One of my favorites.
Great. And I still see, occasionally I still see somebody bring it up from time to time. I think we were there when it happened. And P-Dog Knight also has his own channel, of course, now with his own show called Morning Night Live every morning on the weekdays, at least. Thereabouts 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And that's also
thereabouts is a good description.
Thereabouts, yes. Well, I mean, live TV. What are you going to do?
Yes.
And also joining us, your boy, Pat. Hey, Pat.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. It's your boy, Pat. Yes, another veteran of the old days of the YouTube stuff, back when Google Hangouts was the thing, and I'd be in a room with Pat and what was it, Prince of Queens and Based Mama and God knows who else back in the olden days. Oh, hold it before I move on too far. Thank you, Stoka. Holy cats. Stoka, hello, Scribe, Rant, Moon, and P-Dog. Happy birthday to me. That's right. It's Stoka's birthday, or Brett's birthday, I should say. Might I trouble you guys to join me in a birthday song for Brett?
Of course.
All righty. All right. Well, Brett, you have been a longtime audience member and a very generous supporter of the channel and a contributor and rebroadcaster, and I really appreciate you. And today is your birthday, and so with that, this one's for you, and a 1 and a 2.
Happy birthday to
you. Your birthday.
Happy birthday to
you. You're so cool.
Happy birthday, dear Brad.
Is his middle name Hitman?
Happy birthday to you.
Best it ever
birthday,
was.
Brett.
And more
Happy
than that.
birthday.
Happy
more than
birthday.
that.
Hope you're having a good one. And also, who's here? Senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent, Colleen Bernier.
Bernier?
Every day's got a yay with Colleen Bernier. Thank you. Hi, Colleen. How you doing? Pixie's here. Oh, yeah. Pixie is a new friend of mine from the true crime Dave's Lemonade territory. So hi, Pixie. How are you doing? Yeah. So I just wanted to take a minute, and of course I kind of already have, but I just want to take a minute and I'll do this probably repeatedly as time goes on. And everybody currently present and those that will show up later, I want to thank you all for all in your different ways and at different times in my tenure here on YouTube. You've turned this into an adventure I never could have imagined. When I started doing this, it was basically because I could no longer say what I thought on Facebook without public retaliation from people that I knew. And so I needed some other place to sort of vent and find a creative outlet. And that was 7 years ago as of my first video posted today. And everything and everyone that I have met along the way has just been amazing. And I know it's kind of cliche these days to say, oh gosh, you know, the internet, the world's so small now. Well, you don't really know it till you know it. And the fact that I got the opportunity to meet you guys and talk to you and make you part of my my life in some small way, and larger ways otherwise, has been an amazing thing. So I want to thank you guys all personally, first off. And I was curious, just as a reminiscent type of thing, Monkey, what do you remember of the first time that we met?
Oh God, that would have been in Bear's group, right?
Probably Alex's. Yeah.
Did we speak on there first, or did we actually end up in a Base Mama thing together first?
I see that's the. I think I'm pretty sure we first met in one of Alex's streams. I think we first got to a talking in maybe a Based Mama stream.
The first time you and I really had a talk was on a Based Mama stream. There was like 10 people there. Nobody was talking, and you and I just took the whole damn thing over for 2 hours.
because if there's one thing that I learned very early on in this job is that at all possible, avoid dead air.
Dead air.
To avoid dead air. When nobody's talking, it's like it's time to say something, even if it's nonsense. As long as it fills the space and doesn't make people think there's an audio problem, you got to avoid dead air. But yeah, I remember talking to you, and I think we were talking about movies or something. I don't know, but what
it went all over the place, and we had known each other at that time, but we'd never really talked, and we had a really great conversation then. And that's right around the time where I'm looking to start running my own streams, because the ones that I had been on, no offense to the people that had them, they never ran their streams. They just invited people on and went, somebody please talk.
Right. Yeah, there was no structure. No
and
format.
I was trying to figure out how to do it, and you were around. I put into the group chat like, can anybody help me with this? And you did, and the rest is why we're probably still here.
Well, there was at least one incident just before that, though, where I put out a video on a subject and you put out a video on that same subject like a day before or the day after or something.
Mine was the day after.
It was the day after. And so I said, I complimented you on that. And then you became apologetic, like, oh, if I'd known you'd done that, I wouldn't have done it. Like, no, I wasn't. It wasn't jealousy. It was just, I'm glad to see somebody else was doing this thing.
It wasn't even that I was, thinking you might be jealous or anything. It's there were certain videos at that time that I wouldn't do because I knew everybody else would do them, and this was one that was just kind of out of the side realm. And then you did it, and frankly, you did a much better job than I did.
Oh,
no, it's true. It's true. Look, I am not in any way not arrogant, but I can't admit when somebody does something better than me. And yours was a better video, and I'm like, I would have saved myself time and made a different video.
Yeah, and then you popped in at one point and says, hey, do you know how to live stream? And I'd done a couple of that point. I was like, yeah. And then it was every day thereafter was, hey, I'm bored, want to stream? Hey, I'm bored, want to stream? And then it became every day.
Every day.
every day for practically 4 years or something,
4 years.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, in the chat right now, maybe he'll be able to join us later. Speaking of the devil, Irate Alex. Ah, those old base mama streams takes me back. Yes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Old days. Old days. Infamous.
But before you move on, I want to ask you a question.
Of course.
What would you say, since it's 7 years now, it's quite a long time. What's the biggest difference you've seen on YouTube?
You mean just in general, or?
In general, specific to, genres, the way they're running the place, the biggest thing that you think has changed?
Biggest thing I think have changed is, and I think most people have noticed it, is the fear of saying the wrong thing and upsetting the YouTube gods.
That's a good one. That is a really good one.
When I first started watching commentary channels, just on the cusp of my starting my own channel, I was the reason I became such a fan of people like Sargon and Hagbard Celine and Undoomed and Mr. Medicare or Internet Aristocrat at the time, is because YouTube really felt like this is a clearinghouse for freedom of ideas and freedom of speech, and not to get too hyperbolic about it. But then, in relatively short order, just before and subsequently several times thereafter I started my channel, you just see this constant little losing inches from your ability to say what you want and conceive of. I never entered this thinking I was going to make a living out of it. That was never my intention. But the people that have and been able to do it successfully, I don't see why they shouldn't be able to. And yet, in very quick succession, their ability to do so is completely tourniqueted, and it's never really recovered, and it probably never will. And that's why you have Rumble and all these other places trying to make up for lost time, what YouTube doesn't do anymore, but their market share is obviously not big enough to do it.
I also just want to warn your other guests. It's me and Scribbles here, so if you need to get a word in edgewise, nudge yourself in a little bit. We'll shut up.
Say something. Real quick before that, though,
me to do that. I'm sure it's going to be tough. In fact, the thing that's missing from between then and now, everyone who does tries to teach you something is gone. So the bedroom feminine is gone. The only one I see out there probably still doing kind of what they still do is Cult of Dusty. And then there's a few of us who still have our, you know, our political commentary shows, but so much of that is gone. So many of the people that were making money back then are nowhere to be seen. Army Skeptic, where is he? Where's I don't even see Shu do much anymore. You know, all those people are gone. And you know, that's the biggest difference, that the commentary is almost dried up.
Sargon of Akkad became a podcast of the Lotus Eaters.
Yes.
Right. I mean, much different format, but still the same commentary, just kind of found some people to help him out. But I'm just quick, told me too. But you got a super chat, man.
I do, yes. Pixie, thank you so much. I'm here to bring love from both Dave's Lemonade and Just Interrogations. Yes, my recent project of interviewing true crime content creators, Dave's Lemonade, pardon me, and Justin from Just Interrogations, both new friends of mine. I invited Dave. We'll see if he shows up. He's, of course, on Australia time. But moving on, Christopher, we kind of already alluded to it, but you're a new friend of mine in relative terms. How exactly did we meet?
Well, I think it's been a bit over a year now, at least. I was dropping in on Pop Culture Minefield, and then Gary press ganged me into hosting Tuesdays, which was a lot of fun because my sign off was "See you next Tuesday," and then I was looking to live stream on my own thing, and Gary was like, "Hey, Scribe Light, you want to?" You know, I didn't want to just sit there looking at the camera and rambling, which I can do anytime. I needed somebody to bounce my ideas off of. And so Gary recommended you. I thought you were excellent. And by the way, just a good cure for that dead air problem, I use Tourette's.
Yeah. Hey, I was talking about that whole YouTube having problems with people saying what they... Okay, but yeah, I understand. I got it.
But anyway, yeah, as far as, I mean, right now, and if I'm looking around while I'm talking, is because I actually have my monitor for the computer I'm talking to you on through over here. I've got the camera on my second monitor for the work I'm doing here, because I'm contracted with Apple at the moment, while also, yes, director of the Quantum Terror. And
plug,
and currently working on a animated series called Escape from Planet Omega 12, which takes miniatures, traditional animation, 3D, and AI, and actors. We're actually working with an actress on Saturday to do a motion capture / AI reference thing against a green screen in my garage studio. So I am constantly keeping busy. So like, even just to be on this show, I have to multitask. I have to look around. So, you know, if you guys see me, my eyes darting all over the place, it's not the LSD. It's only part of it, but the rest is work. So,
all right. Well, I take no offense to your multitasking. I appreciate it. But yeah, Chris, if you guys are curious about Christopher's projects, look up Christopher Moonlight Productions on YouTube. He's got his own channel, links thereon. And remind me,
you gentlemen as well. I feel like I'm the kind of the odd man out here. So
no, we're all family. We're all family. Speaking of which, P-Dog Night. I mean, like I say, I think we probably just met through chat on Lords of the Night, effectively.
Kind of. No, so when you guys were in those Based Mama streams, I remember those. Some of them. I used to just listen and occasionally go in the chat. And I think I was there the day that you and Monkey took over the show, because I think I started following Ranty Monkey then. And then I also saw him when Bering shouted him out. And so then I kind of associated him with you. And when you guys started doing Lords of the Night, that's why I started even doing streaming. Because I liked what you guys were doing, but it wasn't at the best time of the day for me. I'm like, well, I'm a big mouth. I can do this shit. So I did. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. Or because I was just making like one video every 6 months at the time. So yeah, no, but definitely, basically, as far as interaction, the first time I interacted with you personally was through the Lords of the Night. And then you guys invited me on once to sub when someone, I couldn't remember if some young American couldn't be there, or somebody couldn't be there, and so you invited me on to sub one time, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. I love this shit. And
how many episodes do you have now under your belt with your show?
Boy, is it a 11,000. Wait, I think 1137. I think.
Well, if the next episode is 1138, you got to do something about George Lucas.
Well, let me see here. Oh, why is that? Okay. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's okay. No, that's fine. It's
I
fine.
don't get the nerd reference.
His movie THX 1138 was one of his earliest movies, and so
Okay.
that's a total nerd reference. Total nerd reference.
No, today's episode was 1140 because I go Monday through Friday.
Dang.
Monday through Friday, 10 Eastern in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be at work, so I have to have the earplugs in my the earbuds in my ears. I'm working away.
It's funny. Every once in a while, Pat will put something in the chat. I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be working or something?
Real quick, Andrew Joyner, if it'll pop up here. There you go. Thank you so much for the dancing thumbs up pair. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, Andrew. Another longtime viewer. And Mike R., thank you so much. Celebrating my birthday in Europe. May I get a song as well? I think we could probably swing that. Somewhere in Europe, Mike R. is, and it's his birthday. Everybody, Mike R., happy birthday. And this one is for you. And a 1 and a 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Sorry.
Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you.
Here's a key.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Oh yeah.
And got a happy anniversary from Malevolent Writer. Oh, and look who it is. I'll get a Pat just a moment. It's Irate Alex.
Alex.
Hello. Hello, Governor. If your microphone's working, which it might not be.
Is that British then?
A little bit.
In theory,
Yeah, much to our chagrin.
Alex.
Fucking racists.
There it is.
There he
There
is.
you go.
How's it going, gentlemen? How are we?
I'm doing all right. Just
We're doing
going
good,
around the
Governor.
circle and reminiscing for my ego as to how we all met one another. And
You can thank me for that, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, no.
I'm literally the person who brought everyone together. All hail me.
yeah, we'll get to that momentarily. I tell that story quite often. But Pat,
Wait.
what do you?
Yes.
Bear, real quick. You're coming in a little hot on your mic, bud.
Hold on a moment. Let me fuck with this.
Sorry, go ahead, Scribbles.
Isn't he
Pat.
always hot?
Of course. Pat, how did we meet?
Well, just like everybody else, we met through the Base Mama streams. Like, I think I met Monkey before I met you right there, and then as time went by, when you and Monkey developed like the Lords of the Night, I was basically, start watching that, commentating, in the chat, joining with everybody else before I started making videos myself, and some of y'all started watching my videos and started liking what I did, and then to eventually y'all invited me onto the stream. I remember the first time I was on there, man, I was nervous. I was hardly saying anything. Because I had never been on a stream before. So, it took a while before I started loosening up. But it's like the more y'all started inviting me on and I started getting to know y'all, hey, it just started smooth sailing from that point on right there. And
I'm sorry, Pat. I don't know about the rest of you, but before I know Scribbles, you're very comfortable with this, but like the first time you join a stream, if you've never done it, it doesn't matter who you're even talking to. It is intimidating.
Because I'm like, I don't want to say nothing stupid or ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I always get nervous whenever I'm effectively in someone else's house. Like if I'm on somebody else's channel for the first time, or if I'm with a group that knows each other much better than I do, then I always feel like I gotta sort of like wait my turn, and I'm kind of nervous. Like I just started being invited onto the Midnight's Edge After Dark channel for their Sunday wrap-up streams, and everybody on there is old friends. Like they've known each other for years, been doing streaming, and I come in there, I'm like, hi, my name's Scribe. I know movie stuff, and it just gets a little. You have to ease into it, because even with all the years of doing this, I'm much more
Fuck
comfortable
that. Just
solo.
go in dry, Scribe. Just go in dry every time, dude. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you,
but
Alex.
you also, though, like and I am the same way. I'll go on someone else's stream, and at first you just kind of feeling it out. And I find that when people come onto my stream, it's the same thing. I'm like, man, you're so wild in your stream. This is my stream. You can do that here. But people are like, oh, they got to be cautious. They don't want to step on your toes. And I'm finally, then you throw out a fuck or something, and then they're like, oh, okay, that's okay. I can swear. I can do this, do that.
I have to ask because I am far more profane than most people that I interact with.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, me too. I have to ask at the beginning of the show, like, hey, how much can I swear here? I just did that the other day.
Oh, right. I didn't even think of that. I should have asked first.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what are your limits? Real quick, 1 Ton Hammer, or now just Hammer. Thank you so much. Remember, Minions wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for Lawton. You've had a huge impact on a lot of people's lives. We've done over 2,100 broadcasts. Woo. Thank you. Yes, Minions of the Zoo. I know I probably wouldn't be too far from speaking for both Monkey and Satsu if you were here. Just how flattering it is to know that we had such an influence on people to start their own channels, their own projects. Minions, P-Dog. Gosh, there's at least three other people that I can sort of sidewise think of. And so I thank you, Hammer, so much, and congratulations on that 2,100 broadcast. That's crazy.
Because he said thank you, and no, thank you for watching and caring enough to be like, hey, that's something I want to try because of them.
Also, Mr. Tickle Trunk, thank you so much as well. Here's to 7 more scribbles. Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Mr. Tickle Trunk, another prolific wanderer of the streams. I see him all over the place from time to time. I'll just end up going on, checking out a stream or something and watching for a little bit on some random topic, and there's Mr. Tickle Trunk. I'm like, how many of you are there? Like, are you interested in everything that I am? Are you following me? I don't know.
I think there's more than one of him, actually, because he's debased himself enough to even appear in my chat. So,
oh my gosh,
like this, who has time for all that? But he does. He must be like me, multitasking, just like earphones in, doing stuff. I mean, very supportive. So we love Mr. Tickle Trunk, even if he'll even bring himself down to my level. Wait a minute. You brought me onto your show. What is that?
I know. What have I done to myself? And thank you again, Mr. Tickle Trunk. You've been doing very well weekly on Midnight Edge After Dark. Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Appreciate it. Yeah, I still trying to feel like I belong over there sometimes, because this is the weird thing. And this kind of bleeds over into what I'm going to ask Alex here in a second, is just how bizarre it was to go from someone who was watching channels like this and then becoming a YouTuber, and then over time ending up on the same channels or talking to the people that I'd watched or having them on my own streams. It's this weird, and I know it sounds like a boomer or something, but this, condensing of the universe and crossing over into places that, because I still come from the mindset of the olden days of television, where if I was watching Unsolved Mysteries, I would never in my mind think I'd ever be on a show with Robert Stack, right? It just doesn't occur to you that you'd end up ever seen this person talking to this person. And yet I've been on with true crime content creators on YouTube that have more episodes made than Robert Stack ever hoped to. I've had on my channel people I consider celebrities, like Undoomed. It's just that blows my mind. These are people I used to watch, and now it's like I have even a tenuous connection is just so
Scribe,
amazing. And yes,
I don't normally tell people this, but I have actually gotten several women onto Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm still wild at the one stream where y'all got Blur White on, man. I'm like,
that was
y'all swung that.
That was Monkey's little achievement.
That was actually accidental. But real quick, I want to let Christopher know we have a rule about not making us accomplices.
Yeah, I don't want to be a character witness.
Were the women in a trunk in your basement? I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, the Blair White one.
The trunk's in the garage.
Oh. Again, accomplices.
You're not my supervisor.
You're not my real mom. Yeah, the Blair White one just happened because that stream that she had with Lacey ended, and I was getting ready to go anyway. So that was the topic, and somebody had tweeted it at her. I had nothing to do with it. It was somebody in the audience, and she saw it.
Yeah, and she was relatively relatively unknown at that. I mean, she was known amongst the community, the commentary circles and things, but she wasn't the superstar that she is now. It was just so bizarre being like, I'm on a stream with Blair White. Oh, okay, sure. That's just another day at Lords of the Night. Sure, whatever works. But speaking of, at least the worst segue ever. Speaking of origins and rare events and things,
And Down
yes, Irate
syndrome.
Alex and Down syndrome. Yes, we can't not mention that.
Speaking of issues,
Yeah, if it weren't for Irate Alex, none of us would be on this stream, on this channel right now, because it's all his fault that I decided to try to do this in the first place. And I'm going to tell the story of how I met Irate Alex, and then he can correct me as we go.
It's vaguely insulting towards me, but that's fine. I get it.
It's true.
funny,
It's
though.
true.
Yeah.
So there is, or used to be, depending on how you look at it, a website called minds.com. And minds.com was the attempt to become the Twitter that wasn't Twitter, the Facebook that wasn't Facebook, the Live Journal that wasn't Live Journal.
Is mine
And,
still around?
yes, it is.
Yes,
It is?
it is.
I am still on Minds.
Yeah, I haven't used it in years now, but I made a Minds account when I was just starting out thinking about doing, well, I hadn't even really thought about doing YouTube. I just wanted a place other than Facebook where I was getting raked over the coals by people I knew just for having an opinion that might not go the right direction. And so while I was on there one day, I started following, or I think it was just a random posting by some guy named Irate Bear saying, I'm about to go live on YouTube. Does anybody want to join me? And it was like an open invitation. And I was like, sure. And all of a sudden I was in a Google Hangout for the first time talking to a strange British man about just stuff. And I looked at his YouTube channel and I looked at the stuff that he was making at the time. And as the story goes, after an hour talking to that guy, I thought to myself, well, if this idiot can do it, I sure can. And
Shush, Alexa.
yeah. And so from that point forward, I decided to give it a shot. I emulated some of my favorite channels at that point in making a video. And I've kept in contact and with Alex ever since. And yeah, he really is the reason for most of us in the old school to have met each other in the first place. And certainly the reason why I decided to give YouTube a shot. But all joking aside, he really did encourage me to give it a try. And I probably, if I hadn't had that nudge at that time, it probably wouldn't have worked out the way that it has. So thank you, Alex, so much.
You're welcome, I guess, I suppose.
Well, you're not glad that I'm here doing this now?
Well,
What?
no, well, just vaguely insulting as it were, but it's fine. At least my relationship with you guys didn't start how many of my other kind of quote unquote internet relationships start, which is usually internet drama, one way or another. You may what was the alt-right gentleman's name? I always forget his name. The one who started it all.
Paul Joseph Watson.
The one who got smacked in the street.
I know
What's his
you.
name?
I can't think of his name.
Spencer.
Spencer.
Richard Spencer.
Yeah,
Richard
Richard
Spencer,
Spencer.
yeah.
You know, I had a
Yeah.
fight with him once. He came to one of my comment sections. I had a fight with him.
Did
I had
you?
a fight. Yeah, I had a fight with Boogie 2988 a few years ago. I'm fairly sure I've had a little bit of drama with Shu at one point. A little bit with Sargon at one point or another. But most of my relationships tend to start with aggression of some sort, basically.
Okay. No material witnesses. We had this rule. We had a second ago. Just come on.
Hey, I don't have a garage to lock them in or a trunk. Yeah, so don't worry about that. Yeah, it's fine. But it's been 7 years. Has it really been 7 years since we started this shit?
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah, more or
Christ.
less. Yeah, and a lot of people started around the same time I did. I think Tailed Features started a whole month before me, and it was just happenstance that all of us in this little community that kind of started around the same time sort of gelled together, like Sinatra and you, Monkey and me, Miss Misa, Tailed, Chat Mort. Laura, I always wonder what happened to people that I haven't heard from forever, like Laura Bones or Porco Dio or who was I thinking of just the other day?
Yeah, Porco Dio came to my house.
I think I remember you. I think I remember you telling me that at one time. Yeah.
Yeah. We met up in real life. He came stayed with me twice, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come across
he's
Facebook memories from like 10 years ago with somebody commenting. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that person. What happened to them? They unfriended me. I didn't even remember they exist until like 8 years ago.
Yeah, it's there's just so many people that have come across our various doorsteps over the last 7 years, and it's always. I mean, I can't. I'm thankful to say that as far as I can tell, except for maybe like 1 or 2 instances, which I won't go into, I really haven't had any internet drama on YouTube with anybody.
me neither.
Of course, my content really doesn't.
Fuck off, monkey.
Yeah, well, yeah. Monkeys, yeah, zero drama. Monkeys, a no drama llama. Totally. Calling every. Yeah.
Is Twitter on the internet?
No, there's no such thing as Twitter anymore. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
There's only
Scribe.
X.
There's one way to think about it is this: we have been on YouTube long enough for people to start making retrospective documentaries about the things that we have been involved in. Bloodsports being one of them, for example.
Oh, geez. Yeah, the things we've witnessed, the things we've been tangentially associated with, or just like people that we know have gone through. It's been crazy. Okay, well, my imagination for interview skills kind of ends there. So I had a question for the gentleman here. I don't know how many of you have time to hang out, but I do have something prepared to take up some time that maybe you might be interested in joining me on. Okay,
with that set up, are we?
No. Well, it's funny you say that though, because I wanted to ask you if you might be interested in finding out. Would you be interested in finding out how erotic dance is the key to finding your way forward?
The what?
Worked for me.
See, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Because last time someone asked me something like this.
Somebody did ask you something like this?
Well, no, because someone invited me to this like this XXX festival of Roman plays, you know? And so I'm like, oh God, I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but I'll do check it out, right? And I got there and it was 30 Roman plays. It was wasn't think about it, guys. Think about what I just said. Never mind.
Yes.
It was funny. It was funny to me.
So anyway, this is a warning. This is a TEDx, if you can believe it. It goes on for just under 12 minutes. Now, if you don't think you can hang out the whole time, that's perfectly fine. Feel free to drop out at any point.
Is this going to be like Riverdale?
No, Borrowdale. No, that Borrowdale's like the bad reboot of Riverdale.
Is this going to be like Sunday where they ask a question and it never gets answered?
I don't know, because this is maybe the weirdest titled one I've seen in quite a while.
This will be interesting for me because I grew up in Hollywood, and so things that, this is something you learn later in life. The things that pass for normal in Hollywood, not in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Is this the benefits of like being finger blasted down an alleyway behind the KFC?
Oh Lord!
I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, and before a couple of things. First off, Bridget says, Scribe, I do want to thank you. 3 years ago, I was in an awful place mentally, what with the lockdowns and all. I'd put on your streams when I'm painting my Thunderbirds models or while doing homework. Oh, well, I'm glad to have helped out, Bridget. Yeah, those were times where
those were times.
I started doing live streaming almost exclusively then because I just couldn't find the mental bandwidth to separate between doing all my work at home and then transitioning to start doing editing and everything else at the same computer. And so I needed some kind of socialization, something to get my mind off of everything, and live streaming TEDx's just became like the best outlet. And I was so glad to meet you and everybody else that came along for that particular period of time. But before I get too far into things, also joining us, Chaos Eve.
Hi guys.
Eve,
how you doing?
How are
you?
you?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Doing all right. So the price of admission, Eve, is to give a brief retrospective on how we met.
Oh God, it's Monkey's fault. Blame him.
Okay, Monkey.
I'm starting to feel like patient zero around here.
Okay.
And
brief retrospective. Let me try to summarize this as quickly as possible. The Lords of the Night was how I found you, because Monkey was doing Lords of the Night.
Yes.
I at the time very much agreed with Monkey's much more angrier takes that he was getting on his when he was still making videos, like actual, response videos and stuff. So I identified with that, started watching the streams because I ran out of videos on Monkey's channel. And then I started talking in the chat, and the next thing you know, y'all started talking to me too. So I'm not really sure what happened there.
And when did you start your channel?
Oh, my channel's mostly been video gaming. So just a few years ago, 2017, 18, I think.
All right.
That's 6 years ago.
Was that 6 years ago? Oh, wow.
Okay, Chaos never went out for math. Thank you, Alan Thyler. It took me a while to get the pronunciation right. Thyler, thank you so much. Hello, Scribe. Hello, Alan. Hope you're doing well.
And the reason I wanted to point out that was 6 years ago too is because time flies so much here. I think of I was like, oh, how long have I been streaming? And I've been streaming over 5 years. And I've been on YouTube for 8 years, and I didn't realize that until just recently. And so it's so easy to go, oh yeah, I think it was just a couple years ago, and you go, well, 2017 was 6 years ago. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Yeah.
Well, Eve, we were about to partake of how does it go again? Let me get the title right again. Erotic Dance: The Key to Finding Your Way Forward. Are you ready to learn?
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
All right. So now I do have to. I did not plan this ahead of time. I'm going to select executive decision a bingo card to use for this little presentation. I'm going to go for bingo card A. So for those of you in the chat, the bingo card links are in the description. If you don't know how the bingo card works, I don't know how to help you because a bingo card's a bingo card. But these are the things we're looking for in the course of the presentation. So keep your ears open. I'll be referring to it as we go. And if we get a bingo, I have prepared, I probably should have done more than one. I prepared a brand new bingo stinger just for the occasion. So I will use that on our first bingo with this, granted that we get one. So let us partake of. Sorry, what?
Do we get to know what's on the bingo card, or do you just?
Yeah, the links. The links to the bingo cards are in the description. I can get the. I'll put the. Hold on. I'll get the. I'll put the links in the chat here so that you guys can get to them.
Okay, because I'm flying blind. I'm gonna have to take your word.
That's
for
fine.
It.
So over in the private chat on the stream, I put the links up there for bingo card A, B, and C. We're on bingo card A. And you can keep an eye on there. I'll also be going over the bingo card at some point to refresh ourselves. So as this goes, since there's so many of us here, if you got something you want to say, just shout it out. I'll pause and we'll go. It might take forever, but that's perfectly fine because TEDx deserves it. So with that, let us proceed with Erotic Dance, something way forward.
Yeah, on me.
Have you ever wanted to have a family?
Yes. No. Maybe. Adam's family is maybe a good answer.
At age 5, I already knew I wanted to be a mom.
Oh Lord, one of those.
How much do you guys remember about being 5?
Most little
I
girls
had a
have kids.
Ghostbusters toy, I think. The little trap. You know? Okay.
Yeah, no. At age 5, my father. So my mother was holding a baby shower at our house for a neighbor friend of hers, right? And so she had to usher my father, my sister, and myself out of the house because they were going to be so busy doing other things, and didn't want us underfoot. So my father, with me being about either 4 or just about 5 years old, just after 5 years old, and my sister being 4 years old, he took us to my sister's first movie, my second movie, Ghostbusters. And so at 5 years old, one of my first memories is the librarian in Ghostbusters making me feel very scared. And my sister didn't know what was going on. And it's one of our favorite movies. That's my 5-year-old memory.
Okay, so you saying you were 5 and Ghostbusters come out makes me really fucking old. But
I'm
You are really fucking old.
I know, but I remember a lot.
You are, yeah.
I know.
Pile on.
I'm still younger than my wife. Anyway, She'll
Those
like
are
that.
those are couch words.
I won't be showing her this show. Anyway, I
I'm here
remember
with my wife too.
there you go. Good. See, kept met. I remember a lot when I was 5 because we moved into a new house when I was 5 years old. So, that whole year was memorable just because of the different things that went into moving into a new house and, whatever. So that's
let's see. Keldrig, thank you so much. I discovered you and Monkey shortly before the 2016 elections. That must have been really early on because, again, I started October. Lords of the Night was a significant factor in the formation of my current political stances. You decide whether or not that's good. I will. Love your work and glad you're still here. Thank you so much, Keldrig. Yeah, Keldrig, another, I go back to some of my oldest streams and things, and some names still ring out in my memory as the people I used to call out in the earliest days, and Keldrig is one of them. Thank you so much, Keldrig, for your generosity and for sticking around with us. Also, Miranda Stone's here. If you guys don't know who Miranda Stone is, well, she's the Discord queen, not the disco queen, the Discord queen of many a true crime server. But I don't want to. Sweet. Why not both? All right. So anyway, yes, we were 5 years old, and what now?
On an English
I
side.
still remember the way the sun was falling through the window slats onto my bed as I woke up one morning and
The sun fell through your window? Oh,
realized
that must have hurt.
it.
yeah.
Mommy's a girl and she has babies. I'm also a girl, so that means I can have babies too.
Yes, but what is a woman?
I can't help but think of white vans and uncles when looking at this lady here. To be honest with you,
Scribe, I'm going to politely not answer that question.
Okay,
When
sorry.
I was 5 years old, I thought I was He-Man.
I wanted to be
That's a
Batman.
good one.
and you've accomplished
Pat
that.
became
Congratulations.
He-Man. Yeah, Pat became He-Man.
She reminds me of what the comedian Sebastian Maniscalco parodies the way she talks with the, "Excuse me, is this chicken farm to table? Did the chickens have friends and did they play well with each other?"
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tall Person, another veteran of the channel. Thank you so much. Been very busy today and I can't catch live. Just wanted to say hoy and congratulate Scribe on his anniversary. Happy National Sausage Pizza Day. There's several different ways I could take that, but I'll take it as just literally Sausage Pizza Day because, yeah, Tall Person is the master of strange national holidays on this channel and several others, I think. So thank you so much, Tall Person.
That's what she said joke, but.
And also, again, Keeverdam, thank you so much. That's very generous of you. What is a man?
You're looking at him,
You're a
baby.
man. Exactly. Yeah, take a look at Pat. Just take a picture of Pat and put him in the dictionary under man, and you've pretty much got it settled. That's all there is to it.
Sure.
All right. So, yes, you too could possibly have children. I don't know with those hips, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She's a big fan of herself.
Is there a square for an awkwardness on this?
Well, there is a childhood or family anecdote square, so I'm going to circle that one.
We're already there.
Let's go over the card one time just to remind ourselves what we're listening for. We have collectivizes own demographic. Mom's a girl, I'm a well, we'll wait. Maybe there's something more specific. Next, we have systemic or institutional. Concept or specific words. Sales pitch for product or service. Well, not yet. But we'll see.
Not yet.
Diversity, equity, and or inclusion. Not yet. Plays victim. Not yet. Microaggressions or unconscious bias. Not yet. Privilege. No. Contradicts own point or argument. Don't know what her argument is yet. Patriarchy. No. Weightless example. Economic disparity. This used to be wage gap, but that became far too specific and so I had to gussy it up a little bit. Feminism. It's possible that might come up. Marginalized or marginalization. A list, and that has to be a formal list within the presentation, like I have 3 rules for, or here's, something that actually is part and parcel. Next one.
Count?
The what now?
Does a bingo card count?
No, it has to be part of their presentation, not my presentation. Their presentation.
They might have a bingo card.
Lists for
White
me, but not for
supremacy.
me.
The what now?
I said lists for me, but not for thee.
Yes, exactly. I get the list. I get the list that does not count. Let's see. White supremacy, word salad, which is usually self-evident, self-vilification or wretchedness, which sometimes happens, argumentative non sequitur, which is a fancy way of saying bringing up something that has nothing to do with anything, attempt to coin new buzzword or buzz phrase, which is usually predicated by something I like to call, etc. Mind reading or assumes motives, benevolent condescension. That's a bit, context sensitive, but we'll wait and see. Anecdote that probably never happened. Like my 5-year-old walked in the other day and said, "Mother, why is it that people always do," that kind of thing, and then everybody clapped. And lastly, leaves out vital context. So far we have circled childhood or family anecdote, and because it's free space in the middle with dog, cat, fox, and then we will continue.
I think benevolent condescension should fall into the tone of her voice. I mean, she's doing the Kamala Harris thing where she's talking to everyone like it's a group of children.
That could be. Well, we'll see. We'll see how she approaches her subject matter, given the relatively mature nature of it.
She definitely has middle school teacher vibes about her, but I'm just going to bug her off now. You gentlemen enjoy your video, and of course, Scribe, happy 7 years, brother. I'll
thank you so much, Alex.
Catch you guys around.
All right, Alex.
Take care, dude. Have a good day.
Guys. And you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
And as Alex departs, a script doctor appears.
Hello. Congratulations on 7 years.
Thank you so much, Script Doctor. Yeah, Script Doctor is another recent friend of mine, in relative terms, compared to some of the old timers on here.
Yes, I enjoyed your going over Freddy Krueger, the next Nightmare on Elm Street sequence.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a really fun project with Script Doctor, Tom Connors, and me, imagining a mythical sequel to the Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to do something similar to that in the future with those guys if we can work it out. But Script Doctor, the price for admission here is to describe, if you can, how we first met.
Oh, I think we first met on an Undoomed live stream, if memory serves.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, it was fun, and that was a weird thing because I just met Undoomed I think a few days prior to that, and I can't remember how I met him exactly. I think it was through another colleague, but yeah, we had a lot of fun on that live stream. It was it wasn't just a few hours on the live stream. It was also like maybe an hour and a half after the live stream had ended. We were still all talking too. It was good times.
Yeah, it was really nice meeting you. And then of course I started seeing you. I don't, because I think the only first time I came across you was because of that stream. I started seeing you popping up on Midnight's Edge and other places, and I thought, he's a big figure. Oh my gosh, it's Script Doctor. I still have, like I mentioned before, this sort of like old time TV childhood wonder of seeing people on TV or on shows that I watch as a consumer, and like my mind elevating them to minor celebrities in my own little world, and then the opportunity to actually speak to them directly or have a project with them. I'm always so thankful and grateful for the opportunity. It was really nice to get to know you and meet you. And it's been fun the times we've had a chance to talk. And of course, movies and TV, and I'm a big movie TV nerd. And I was really, really glad to have you on to interview about the strikes, the writer's strike and the actor's strike a couple months ago now, I guess.
That's my favorite subject right now, by the way.
Oh man, it's crazy.
As an independent filmmaker, that is my favorite subject to get yelled out about too.
Dude, I hear you. I mean, I've got a couple of friends who got all the interim agreements, started crowdfunding, getting money raised for stuff. And anytime they go on social media, it's always, aren't you supposed to be on strike?
I literally will not work with anybody associated with a guild. It's my policy at this point. I said it.
Oh wow!
Script. I don't know how long you can hang out, but you want to join us in looking at. I got to read the title again. Sorry. This is Erotic Dance: The Key to Finding Your Way Forward.
I'm down.
I got to hear about this.
I think there's some merit to this.
It could be. Now I did check ahead of time just to make sure for YouTube's sake. As far as I know, there is no actual erotic dance in the presentation, but I guess it's the argument that matters. So
nuts.
Okay, I'm not here.
Good exercise.
So apparently Sinatra's on the way. Okay, and there's a raid coming because I think he just finished up his stream. Oh boy. All right, let's keep going, see what happens.
That seemingly natural dream didn't go like I planned.
You didn't have children?
Do you need somebody to explain to you how it
At
works?
29, I fell in love, certain that this relationship would probably eventually lead to a family, just as the fairy tale had gone for my mother and her mother before her.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
But by my mid-30s, we'd been together for 4 years, we lived together, we were engaged, and then it ended.
Wow. And look at what she's doing with her feet.
What did she do?
Look at her. Now she's standing on the sides of her feet. This is so bizarre. I don't know.
Did you notice the awkward pause and changing sides of the stage in that middle of that sentence too?
I noticed an awkward pause when I have to bring on Sinatra Says.
Yay!
Yay! Sinatra Says.
Mute, unmute.
Unless he's still muted. Well, he I think he just got off the stream, so he might still be like taking a break or something. So we'll let him come in his own time. That's a couple of ways that could have been taken. But anyway. Okay. Well, standing on the edges of your feet. Now what?
Largely because we couldn't get on the same page about becoming
Testing
parents
1 2.
together.
Hello.
There he is.
There he is.
Sinatra
Sorry about that.
Says.
I don't know why I was muted. What up, everybody? How we
That's
doing?
okay. Doing all right. Sinatra Says, yes. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. I wanted to thank you, Sinatra, for having me on as a guest host on the AAA for a couple of weeks there. I had a lot of fun with
you
that.
coming on and holding it down.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun on there. It really got my, especially with those intros. I think I mentioned it.
Oh my God! Shut up! Go away.
Oh, okay. I thought.
I know the dog is bothering me.
I thought you were angry at me for a second. I was like, oh.
No, I love you.
Oh, you love me. Yeah, my creativity only seems to kick in when I have something hanging over my head that pushes me to do it. And when you guys said, hey, you want to come on and help out for a little bit, I think I described this earlier. Suddenly I had an obligation to do something to help out and be creative. And so I made the videos and the intros and everything else. And appreciate the opportunity to have the old creative juices flowing, but also just your continued friendship over these last 7 years, just like with so many other people on the channel right now. And
absolutely, dude.
And I wanted, so I have, as I've told everybody else, the price of admission for being on the stream is you have to describe for us what you remember of the first time that we met.
I don't remember when we met, honestly.
I keep thinking it had something to do with like you knew Alex and then we ended up on that Twitter chat and then we kind of connected through that. That's my vague
I'm pretty
recollection.
sure I do think Alex was involved with it. So if I have to pick anything, it's you making fun of Alex for one thing or another, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's a way to bond, really. Making fun of Alex is the great universal glue to almost every relationship on this channel right now.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's true. And for those of you in the chat that don't know, Sinatra Says, Sanute is a prolific YouTuber, has been doing this how long now? Almost 7 years
About
now,
7 years.
Yeah, about 7 years. Everybody's anniversary is coming up or has already passed lately. I know Tailed Feature just had his and he forgot that he had one until I asked him to come onto this thing.
Same boat.
But,
mine was back in September, apparently.
Yeah.
Hi, Monkey.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, mine was back at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but you guys don't know about Sinatra. He has got many projects on YouTube, including, well, he had Sinatra Says, which that channel had to be retired for because YouTube is jerkwad and demonetized it.
YouTube is asshole.
Yeah, he's also got Sinatra's Speakeasy, where he talks about mixing drinks. He's got The Silent Sin, where he does his live streams. You still do your creepsin, your creepypastas?
Yeah, it's been a pretty challenging year time-wise, so I'm hoping to have one done at the end of the week.
Okay.
Take a shower.
Take a shower.
Take a shower. Well, this is the worst segue ever. But speaking of taking showers, I don't know. Here's Undoomed.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Undoomed. Thank you so much for showing up.
What up?
Yeah. I don't have money, but I figured I'd
I forgot I set that reminder.
Say hi.
I've got a whole bunch of overlapping there for a second. Undoomed. It's 11 over here. I want to let you know that I was watching your stuff before I ever started YouTube. You were one of my inspirations when it came to how I was going to try to approach my content. And the day that you ended up on Lords of the Night as a guest for a few minutes or something, I was just full of sort of like starstruck. Because like I was telling these guys, you watch TV back in the olden days, you never imagine you're going to meet the actual person behind a show that you watch or anything like that. And I still have this feeling whenever somebody that I've been watching as a viewer for so long, I have the opportunity to actually interact with or have on my show or something else. It blows me away. And I just wanted to thank you so much for all the inspiration you've given me and the work that you've done on YouTube for other people as well, inspiring them.
Thank you very much. You're making
Stuck up.
But this is supposed to be a love fest for you, and I just want to say thanks right back at you for being a friend.
We're getting like
You're
a
doing
choppy
a little echo
reverb. Yeah, we got some reverb thing going on with your mic or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I go restart browser or
You
something?
just have to change your microphone input. That's what it was with me earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, live television, everybody. No matter how much time passes, there's always live TV, and that's part of the charm, I think, compared to a lot of. You talk about produced stuff or late night hosts and everything. You don't have any illusions that any of this is planned or well put together.
People plan these things?
Occasionally. But Undoomed, we were, I know you might not be able to stay for too long, but we're taking a look at Erotic Dance, the key to finding your way forward.
Oh, I'm glad you saved this one.
Oh, yeah. And our speaker was about to tell us about the downfall of the relationship that she had, that she thought she was going to have children with this guy. But then it all fell apart. Oh, but before I can even see this, okay, this is a great problem to have. I shot for the moon in sending out invitations to people because I thought, given the day, given the time, not many people are going to be able to show up or whatever else. Everybody's showing up, and I don't know if we might hit the limit on how many guests I can have here pretty quick. Because here's Blind Press.
Super too long.
Blind.
Oh yeah, Blind Press.
Hi.
Hey, hello, Blind Press. For those of you that don't know, Blind Press is, as the label says, blind.
And she is a printing press.
That is also true. Yes, you feed her paper and words come out.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'll take that.
But her other primary claim to fame, at least in my world, besides the fact that she is a Star Trek encyclopedia, she plays Mortal Kombat competitively online. Annoyingly well for somebody who can't see anything. So if you don't know about Blind Press, go take a look at Blind Press's channel and especially her Mortal Kombat streams. Definitely. Blind Press. Undoomed came back. Let me get him in here real quick. All right, Undoomed, give us a sound test.
What does it sound now?
It's still doing it.
Still doing it.
It's doing this weird echo thing, like you say something and then it repeats itself.
The last thing you say the last part of what you say repeats itself.
Yeah, syllable.
It's like you're on one of those weird DJ loops where they make you repeat.
Right.
DJ Undoomed in
yes.
I'm not certain it's not someone else's mic picking it up.
Yeah, just start beatboxing, you'll be fine.
It might be someone else's mic picking it up because, as we know, Undoomed has a very unique voice and it goes much deeper than most of the rest of us in here.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
It might be that his voice is just picking up on somebody else's speaker.
If somebody doesn't have headphones.
Does anybody not have headphones on? Who's the asshole?
Might be me.
I don't know.
Might be Christopher. Christopher, mute yourself for a second on StreamYard and see what happens after that. I don't know. We'll experiment for a moment.
Wait, he's gone.
Or is he? Oh, maybe he's going to go headphones or something.
There he is.
There he is.
I guess if everyone muted it, we could see
it
on my end.
Oh,
No,
now
so-
it's back.
There's a weird
It worked for a minute.
Oh my gosh. Undoomed has one of the most enviable voices on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned.
That's all it is. It doesn't want us to hear the Undoomed voice because they know it's melodious.
Yep.
It is quite distinct. That's for sure.
Got that gravel that makes it so.
His voice sucks. How dare you?
Monkey being the contrarian over there.
How dare you, sir?
It sucks. My voice sucks, and you should feel bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's mean.
With my body and Undoomed's voice, that's the perfect man.
Oh, Undoomed, how long have you been doing YouTube now?
I don't know. What is it, like 7, 8 years?
Yeah, just about. Everybody's in the same range of the people I used to watch.
That's fine. I just looked at me, and mine was June 24th, 7 years ago. So I missed my 7-year anniversary.
Yeah, it seems to be a common problem. Blind Press,
Yes.
real briefly, your price for admission is, how do you recall you and I meeting before?
Oh, well, I remember I've started watching, but back, like, you guys back when everything was just coming out, or you guys were Lords of the Night, and Scribbles, you were doing a lot of the shorter, like 5 to 8 minute videos on some of the main SJW points that everybody, like, we were all in that sphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
in the commentary sphere. And then I remember I started streaming with Minions, and then I managed somehow to get on Lords of the Night with you guys, and it was a great time. And then I know you and I have done a couple of really fun TEDx talks together.
Yes.
And it's just been, I've had a lot of fun talking to you and Ranting Monkey and Sinatra and Satsu and sending articles and listen, do I have to kick your ass in the new Mortal Kombat?
Oh
No.
Yes, I've had Blind on a couple of times now as my subject matter expert when I come across a TEDx that deals with someone talking about disability or visual impairedness and things like that. Like, well, I know somebody that can speak knowledgeably on these subjects. Undoomed, third time's a charm.
Who's that guy? I don't know.
Sorry? Voiceover was yelling at me.
Satsu's in the chat. Tie the two.
Satsu.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many people I can actually guest on here so far.
If you need me to bounce out, I'm gonna say it much.
I was just about to say my kids are screaming at each other, so I need to go see why they're screaming at each other. But I just wanted to come on and wish you a very happy anniversary, and thank you for extending the invitation.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Blind.
In like 5 minutes anyway.
That's fine. Oh yeah. Again, this is not an endurance match for anybody.
No?
If you're no, well, I mean, TEDx's usually are, but that's fine. If you can take it, you can take it. But Blind, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate the work that you've done. I really appreciate your friendship over the last several years. And have a good day with the kids.
Oh, thank you, and you have a great day too. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Blind.
Bye, Blind.
Bye.
Bye, BP.
And Sinatra, again, it's really great having you as a friend on YouTube, and you've always been really good to me. And I know that you've inspired a lot of people for a lot of different things with your shows, and your determination in spite of YouTube's just unfair treatment of you and so many others with the adpocalypse. Really shows your hard work and determination. So thank you so much for popping on.
Oh, thank you. Have a good show. I will talk to you later.
All right, take care, dude.
Take care.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Real quick, Keldrig, clearly the Fleshgate has killed the real Undoomed and taken his place. That's why his voice is all screwy. Fleshgate? I don't know what that is. Is that like a skinwalker or something? Thank you, Keldrig.
On the next Solved Mysteries.
All right. So your relationship died. You wanted kids. He didn't want kids. And then?
This was unbelievably painful and not something I ever imagined would happen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
She'd never heard of breakups before?
And then I met someone at my cousin's wake. And
You met somebody at a funeral?
You met somebody at a funeral? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay,
Was it family?
Do you have a what a segue box on your bingo card there, Scribe? Because I think that's a good one.
I don't, but I probably should. No, now I'm just interested.
How do you hook up at the funeral?
At your cousin's wake.
And the same thing happened again. And I found myself in the same place, childless, but a year older.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you met a guy, you're with him for 4 years, and at 29 you broke up with him because he didn't want kids and you did. Then at your cousin's wake you met somebody else who's not going to be named or detailed on, but that only lasted a year, and again, no kids. Okay, third time's the charm.
Starting to think the problem's
What was it called anyhow?
Oh, this this is the title of this is, and again, I'm dying to know how we get to that. The title of the talk is Erotic Dance, the Key to Finding Your Way Forward. So did you then meet somebody at a strip club you're performing at? Is that going to be the next story?
Okay, whoa, hold on.
Yes.
This woman doesn't work in a strip club.
Well, I mean,
she could be the 10 a.m. dancer.
She could be the Monday lunch, maybe.
Manager, maybe.
Pitch you, Scribe, and Script Doctor. One of your next workshop shows is the sequel to The Wedding Crashers. It's The Funeral Crashers.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The grieving widows. Let's see here.
You think I'm
all right? Let's see where this goes. No, I've got weirder ideas.
It was the tragic lesson on repeat that sometimes the purest way to love someone, to really love them, is to let them go rather than trying to get them to want what you want.
Okay, yes, that is a life lesson. Compromise sometimes doesn't lead you to happiness. It's true. Okay, and then when do we get to the erotic dance part?
I'm going to go off script here by saying that there are no victims and perpetrators in this story, just people who are all doing their best.
All right.
What's up with the legs?
Her legs just that. What was that? Was she doing the jitterbug?
Okay, she also did she did the red carpet cross too again. It was like she has this scripted when she's going to move from one side of that carpet to the other, and she's not going to leave that carpet. Watch.
No. Staying on the red carpet, it's like a sumo wrestling match with TEDx's. You have to. If you step off it, it's actually a violation in my book.
Anyway. Oh, really?
Yes, that's the rule. Okay, well, that's where the camera's centered most of the time.
One word is coming to mind here, and it's a Mike Tyson word: meth.
Well, I mean, there are lots of little things that people with like autism or ADHD, little stems, triggers that things do. You know, your brain's doing stuff, so your body starts reacting. Sure. I'd hate to see what I would look like on that stage because I'd probably be doing something similar.
All right, I just want to get that leg twist
doing
again.
Their best.
It is a funny one, though.
See, she stops talking when she walks. That's
her movements might be scripted, like with every paragraph she has to move over one side. Okay,
weird.
It gives her a moment to collect her thoughts. How about that?
Because she's very uncomfortable.
Yes, it's obvious that she's nervous, which I can appreciate.
Thank God she doesn't have any gum.
So my 35th birthday at the time was approaching at a breathless pace, and I made the gut-wrenching decision to freeze my eggs.
Is that now me being a bachelor who's not married and does not have these concerns? Is that a relatively common thing these days?
What, freezing your eggs?
I just know why it's gut-wrenching.
Gut-wrenching. That's what
I do know a couple of women who, in their early 30s, did freeze their eggs because they were, one, relatively successful, and two, they were not meeting the types of guys they wanted to have a long-term relationship, let alone children with. And of them, only one of them actually got married, unfroze, had kids successfully, and is doing well. But I hear that the statistics of those eggs surviving the process are not great.
It's real bad,
risk. Yeah. Is it? Okay. Yeah. I don't know anything about this so much. I know it exists. I don't know how prolific it is or how successful. All right.
Which actually isn't something I ever wanted to do. I always wanted my pregnancy and birth experiences to be all natural. You know, first of all, getting pregnant by actually having sex.
Sorry.
What, are you
sorry.
Awkward.
Is she meeting guys who just don't want to have sex, or what? Like,
What is her
Don't have
title?
kids.
I mean,
Like
just
some sort of
listening to her
famous
talk
person.
is a whole
What is she
red
talking
flag on its own, so I can kind of see how this would be an issue.
Is she becoming the definition of "don't stick your dick in crazy"?
I don't know
Getting
yet.
there closely, yeah.
And then full shamanic birth experience, no painkillers,
Wait,
out in the
what?
woods
Shamanic?
with eagles flying overhead.
She's a
she's one
shaman?
of those. That's that hippie type of stuff right there.
Wait,
You know,
wait.
Yeah.
Shamanic. So she's an erotic dance shaman?
Hey, she wants to have
No
eagles flying
painkillers
over
out
while
in the
she's
woods.
giving birth.
No painkillers
well,
out in the woods. Girl, you couldn't handle that.
If you
Satsu
go
just
south, the Eagles
That's-
could go south. I'm just saying.
Satsu just texted me. Well, happy anniversary anyway, homie. Well, where are you, Satsu? You have the link. Didn't I give you the link? Did I not give you the link? Hold on. Did I I had so many people to send the link to. Did I? If I didn't, Satsu, I'm sorry. There you are. Oh my gosh. I had a list and everything. Okay, I've sent you the link now. Sorry for that. I somewhere in the flux of things, I just completely brain froze. I apologize. Come on when you can, dude. Sorry about that. I had a list of like 15 people who said that they might be interested, and for some reason, I just completely whiffed it. So hopefully Satsu can join us shortly on here. Okay. Anyway, shamanic, what
I'm kidding.
Wait, what are you kidding about? Hold on.
The woods with eagles flying overhead. I'm kidding.
I don't think you are kidding.
I don't think
you're
you are.
I think you want that to happen.
Kind of.
Kind of kidding.
But my
Kinda.
dream for the way this whole part of my life was supposed to be had been crushed, and I was grieving. And then with all the hormone injections on top of that, you have to do them in your belly.
Yeah, make that hand gesture some more.
I mean, I kept needing to take breaks in the middle of my day after day, to lie on the couch and weep at a volume that probably made the neighbors wonder what was going on in my apartment.
And we wonder why no guy wants to have children with her.
Mhm.
The
I'm not wondering.
hormone injections will cause extreme emotions. I'm more
I
curious
suppose
as to
that's
why she's taking hormone injections at 35.
I think to stimulate egg production, but that'd be my only guess.
Could be.
It was exhausting.
Like because you're near menopause, you start hormone injections. But I don't know, at 35 maybe. I'm a little older. Who knows?
But in many ways, my biggest internal challenge at the time was not my grief.
But your egg production? Oh, sorry.
It was a deep, ongoing uncertainty
Uh-huh.
about whether I was really with the right person or in the right situation, and about what on earth I should do with my life now.
Well, thank
Are
God
we getting-
for pancreatic cancer.
And enter erotic dance.
I was about to say, like, we're leading up to the erotic dance part, right? Because that's the title of this thing.
My therapy practice, where I had helped hundreds of creative women heal their trauma and live more joyful lives, had become fully
She's a
remote during
therapist.
Yo, I know what you're gonna say, Chris. I know.
She's a therapy. She's okay. Therapy practice. I don't know if that's a sales pitch yet, but that's getting on the edge of it. She's a therapist. What
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
therapist?
Oh,
Physical therapist, I'm guessing.
nope.
during COVID. So I had the liberty to go and live anywhere in the world. And while that sounds fabulous, I felt like I was totally spinning out. Like I had way too many options, and I couldn't possibly decide what to do in any area of my life.
Okay, so you can't keep a man and you can't make a decision.
Most people who become therapists need therapists.
Yes.
Possibly so.
Was that
What does this have to do with dancing?
We don't know yet. This is the great mystery. Like, I picked this because of the title. I was like, erotic dance, your way forward. Like, okay, I can't wait to find out about this. And I assume we're building up to it, and the suspense is killing me.
We're
So
almost halfway through the video and she hasn't brought it up yet.
Mhm.
pretty much, yeah.
So I consulted oracle cards.
Oh, fuck.
God.
Oh God.
Okay, shamanistic birthing sessions, eagles flying, and oracle cards. Is
It's not
erotic
a bingo
dance going to
card
be
in
like?
the world, man.
I know. I'm gonna have to review the card after because this is just too crazy to try to analyze in the middle of.
Well-meaning and highly opinionated friends and family members, and psychics and shamans and psychotherapists, psychoanalysts.
Oh God, she likes Reiki, doesn't she?
Psychotherapists and psychoanalysts, along with shamans and oracles. Boy, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Okay.
She called
She
Miss
probably
Cleo, too?
has all of them lined up telling her the exact same thing that's wrong with her, and she's just going, I just don't know.
Is she going to bring up crystals?
I hope so.
Give her
I
time.
hope so. I hope that's her stage name.
And in a way, all of this only confused me more.
You don't say it's confusing me. I'm not even
No
involved.
shit.
Not because they weren't doing their job well, but because of my approach.
How much money did you spend on all of these advisors, I wonder?
I kept looking outside of myself for clarity and answers.
Uh-huh.
I even flew deep into the jungle in Peru to
What?
engage in a
Oh.
series of ayahuasca ceremonies with Shipibo medicine people.
So you took shrooms.
What the hell is she talking about?
She's desperate.
Okay,
Grant Morrison got us the Justice League back with Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. So let's give it a try.
I see why
All right.
nobody wanted to have babies with her.
My problem with this is it looks like for most people, when they're telling you that kind of thing, when they're up there telling you the story of their journey and stuff, they start with all the medical stuff they went through and then end up like, look, I got desperate. I went to the middle of bumfuck nowhere and talked to some shaman to see if his little magic dust would work. That's how desperate I got. I have a feeling she started there.
It sounds like it.
real quick, Satsu 2 cents is in the house.
Oh, me.
Satsu.
Hello.
Apparently, I exist. Hi.
Hey,
What's going
Satsu.
on, mate?
Yeah, sorry about that. I for some reason, it just, I apologize. You should have been the first one that I sent the link to, but somehow in the flux of everything, I just completely dropped the ball. I apologize for that. Everybody, if you don't know about Satsu 2 cents, or now the, Forgotten Black Dude. Yes. That's a story. All right. I'm just going to have to, yeah. All right.
Hey,
So
at least we know
the
it's
first person you
not
should have sent the
because you're
link
black.
to. What number was I on that list? Just out of curiosity.
The order, you were in the order of agreeing to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's it. If you don't know about Satsu, well, I do have something I can show you real quick to give you an idea. This is my friend Satsu, aka Chef Tyrone, founder, owner, and CEO of Oshi Fried Chicken LLC, featuring a new line of seasoned flour mixes. Chef Tyrone's seasoned blends are the perfect gateway to delicious fried chicken or any other protein you might want to use them on. These recipes were painstakingly tested in Tyrone's home kitchen to bring you the fantastic flavors that you and your family can enjoy. The current flavor lineup includes original, spicy, and lemon garlic herb. You can buy individual packs of your favorite flavors or save some money by ordering a variety bundle all through the online store. Go to www.oishifc.com and order today. There you go. A little product placement for you.
You're
ready for the ad drop.
Yeah, so Satsu, another one of my oldest friends, not chronologically in his own age, but otherwise on YouTube. Along with being a partner on Lords of the Night, Satsu, the price for admission is, what do you remember of how you and I first met?
I remember us being on a stream, the initial first stream that we were on. We didn't really talk very much because it was like you and Monkey thing initially. And I was just kind of there. But I do remember making the plan for us to all three start the stream and do our thing that time of the month. And then mysteriously vanishing for a while.
Yeah. We're going to do a once a month kind of thing where we hang out and just call it that time of the month. And you just kind of floated away. And then we did Lords of the Night for about 2.5 years or something. And it's like, okay, well, hey, Satsu, you want to join the show? Like, yeah, well, that only took 2 years. How's it going?
Well, like part of it was just like, it was like, all right, we're discussing this thing, but, people talk about shit and it may or may not happen. And then I was just like, it's probably not going to happen. And then it was happening with somebody else. And I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Well, and because of Satsu and his life choices, and I've told this story before, and those of you that were present for it in the audience, you know what I'm talking about, had one of the most epic moments in all of streamdom, where we're sitting there one night about 4 years ago now, I guess, and we're making jokes about how Satsu's wife's water would break on the air. Wouldn't that be funny? And then about 15 minutes later, her water broke. And then Monkey and I had to convince you to take her to the hospital because you thought, oh, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. Like, no, go.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't me saying that it was fine. It was her saying that it was fine.
Yeah.
Well, sure, but at the same time,
and I'm just like, I don't know if it's fine. You guys are like, it's absolutely not fine.
And the funny part was that Satsu was hosting the stream that night, and so they left, and Monkey and I were sitting there going like, we can't turn this off. And so then all credit to Monkey for the next, 13, 14 hours. Monkey ran effectively an endless telethon in raising money for what would become the daughter to Satsu and Squishy, my technical niece, Aaliyah.
Technical.
I mean, technically speaking.
Not according to Squishy. You are Uncle Scribe.
Oh. But yeah, Monkey held down the fort for the better part of half a day, and plus guests to keep the stream going, and people just kept giving in donations, getting updates on the condition of Squishy and everything. And it was an epic show. And I still feel bad to this day because I left that night thinking at some point, who's yelling?
That's my aunt. Oh, she's got a big mouth.
Okay, live television. But yeah, I left that night thinking, well, I got to go to bed because I got work in the morning, and I don't know if this is going to go on much longer. But then when I got up in the morning, I went to work, sat down, turned on the YouTube, and all of a sudden they were still going 13 hours later with this telethon. And
I had to call somebody to break into my house to fucking
YouTube wouldn't let us turn it off.
And just as I bring it up, Kurt Metzger. Thank you so much. Hey, how's it going, dude?
How can a woman who is 2 rooms away be that damn loud?
Well, because your aunt's got a voice. She's got a pair of lungs on her.
Oh, I thought that was in my house.
No.
Like, Jenna, are you yelling?
Oh, dude, I've been wanting to meet Kurt.
Well, here you go.
I have to make my screen big so I could see.
Oh yeah, I'm the third, fourth. What am I? Fourth guy down? That's me. What up, Kurt?
Oh, hey man.
Hey, unfortunately, and it's just unfortunately it's right when I have to go. Scribe. It's my mother.
Oh no, I can. Hey, what's up, P-Dog?
What up, man? We'll figure this out. But anyway, say what?
I said we're maxed out.
Oh yeah, I want to get everybody on the screen so everybody can see each other for a second.
We won't be for a moment because I got to go. But
okay,
it's my mother-in-law's birthday and we're taking her out.
Okay, well you go have fun with the family, P-Dog. Thank you so much for coming on.
And thank you, Scribe, again. For the Lords of the Night guys, especially, like I said, I got my start because of you guys, and it's been great being your online friend for this time, and looking forward to many more years of that. So thank you, sir, and I appreciate you all. Bye, everybody, and
take care, Peter.
Take care. Later.
Take care, buddy.
So while you're here, Kurt, I just wanted to say, as I have the opportunity to, because I just wanted to thank you so much for your friendship and being so welcoming, and the just a random chance that we met each other through Sideways a Sinatra Says stream.
I thought you were thanking me for my tweets on Israel.
No.
I wanted to be the first one to get my thoughts out immediately about it.
No, I really was looking forward to talking about that subject on my 7th anniversary show.
No, everyone's been looking forward to talking.
I know, all day. I've been thinking, man, when Kurt comes on, I can't wait to talk about the Middle East conflict.
Thrilled to talk about it. Let me tell you.
But yeah, you and I met just like peripherally because you saw me on a Sinatra stream. Yeah, you saw me on a Sinatra stream or something, and then you checked out
Sinatra.
Yeah, you checked out a TEDx that I did that you said you laughed at, which I appreciated. Then
it's a great show.
Back and forth, and been on your show. You've been on mine a couple times.
He came to Hilarities, Sinatra.
Yeah, he was here a little bit ago. He had to leave for other stuff, but But I was just it was so nice being able to meet you and hang out and
yeah, man. Again, I want to do more of those. I mean, you
yeah.
haven't asked me to do it in a long time, but thank you. But
well, you've been busy. I mean, I don't want to. This is
it's
the
still
thing.
Nice to be asked though, but that's cool though, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, you're a busy guy. You're like a big celebrity. You're on the road. I figure I'd be imposing. I don't want to.
He's like, you didn't even give me a chance to tell you no. Damn.
Did we do the Lily Singh one? We never did, right? Or did we?
Well, we did. So we did the Lily Singh one. So Sinatra and I did that one live, and then we went on your show, and then you wanted to talk about it. So we just basically went through it again.
Because I've been seeing it pop up again.
I know, it's insane. So this is the thing that's been bugging me is that I've seen all these channels like, oh my God, have you seen this Lily Singh thing? Like, we did that a year ago, guys. What the hell? Where have you been? Wait, what? Why? You like? I saw Lauren Chen was doing it. I've seen like 3 or 4 other commentary channels like suddenly acting like that just happened.
And they missed the whole point of the thing, which was like she had to her whole life make up for not being born a white male.
Right. It was just
like her grandpa.
I feel like such a hipster. I'm telling people like, hey, I did it first. I was there before all this. But anyway.
Yeah, well, you got a finger on the pulse of Ted Horse.
That's right. Speaking of which, we were just looking at. Let me read you the title real quick. And by the way, feel free to hang out or drop out whenever you have to. But
I gotta go to Jimmy's show in a little bit. But I'm gonna.
Okay. Well, we're looking right now at one called "Erotic Dance: The Key to Finding Your Way Forward."
This sounds like what we do in the Shadows, the movie, when the guy, the new vampire, he's like, I was doing an erotic dance for my friends.
well, so far we've listened to her talk about her failed relationships and inability to have a child with someone. So she had her eggs frozen, and then she consulted oracles, shamans, psychoanalysts, and psychotherapists about trying to do her internal work.
So she literally did all the steps of becoming a lich.
Yes.
Yes. That's what you're telling me.
Don't forget,
black magic runs this country.
Yeah, she's trying to turn into the Blair Witch or something.
So now she just has to eat the baby, but she has to have the baby first.
My baby phylactery is not at this location.
Yeah, well, we're almost halfway through this, and she still hasn't mentioned where the erotic dance comes in.
Yeah, so, is it like a skeleton dance? That's what I'm getting the impression it's going to be.
Yeah,
a spooky skeleton dance.
Well, given her figure, it's possible. So
it's that dance in Corpse Bride.
Come on, lady, shake your bones.
Myself. And of all the sources of help I turned to, this was the most pivotal because it reminded me that my best guidance can only come from deep within me. This came as a reminder of something I already knew because throughout my recovery from the loss of the life partnership and family I thought I would have.
There was partnership.
Can I just say something in fairness to her? I am rock hard right now.
I mean, she's really shaking it across that red carpet.
I didn't think I was going to like it, but like I really like it.
Give her a couple more sentences.
Taking place in the.
Sorry, is it the erotic dance of going on and on talking?
It's the dance of self-confession so far.
Her mouth is doing a lot of dancing. That's all I'm seeing.
There was a continual process taking place in the background. As it happens, I've always had a journaling practice, but I started to really devote myself to a combined erotic dance and writing practice.
What?
She's so excited.
Where did you come up with this idea?
You have my
Does
interest,
she do them at the
ma'am.
same time?
That's the Librarian Act.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my interest.
Can you imagine a stripper upside down on a pole writing in her diary like
No, and frankly, I'd be very impressed to see something like that.
I was
Dear diary.
softening into my body to allow my grief to open me rather than close me.
Nice.
She's
When did it
healing
turn
through
into
interpretive
Penthouse
erotic
Forum?
dance.
Dear
Oh,
diary,
man.
dear diary,
To
today
allow
John
it to
only
tender.
Sorry,
Dear
what?
diary, I was saying, dear diary, today John only gave me 12 singles instead of the normal 20. I think he's mad at me.
Oh man.
Is his
mean,
wife
I would think he
whispering
was
in
mad
his
at me.
ear again?
Open me rather than close me.
Right.
To allow it to tenderize my heart rather than harden it.
Oh my God.
Oh, does she have her number up on this?
Can you buy tickets to this?
Yeah, gosh, I always say it's just random chance. I know nothing about these things before I look at them. I just get the title. But man, where does the school board find them, and why do they send them to me? This is nuts. This might be right up there with the one that Kurt first saw, with the guy going on about a ritual for healing on a stage. And doing like a
Oh,
goofy
that's
stuff.
right. He never got to it.
No, he never did. But he talked about the fact that he was basically up there apologizing for having been a terrible husband and father, which was. That was a M. Night Shyamalan ending to that one.
Oh, that's right. That was the twist.
Yeah, he was going through all this stuff about self-healing and everything, and finally, like 3/4 of the way through, he starts confessing. It's like, now, I did have problems in my marriage, and I may have done things that I'm not very proud of. Like, oh my God, what the hell?
I was a founding member of Hamas. Anyway, I'm into healing.
Sometimes I would do my erotic dance practice, and then I would go outside and just allow the birds and trees and life to leave impressions on me.
Oh my God.
You let a bird poop on you? What?
That's what I'm saying. That sounds like she
Wash your
walked down
vagina.
What color were those impressions?
What did you drop before you went outside and did all this?
And I would write
Did you
them
cover
down.
yourselves in seeds and honey?
Sometimes the writing would turn into a poem, sometimes it wouldn't, but it was always writing that was rooted in my deepest self.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Is that
what's
where you
so
keep your
goddamn-
diary?
Like, there's like, what's like so sexual about this? Writing your diary and then going outside. Like, I don't
No,
understand.
the sexual part is she keeps her diary in her
No.
deepest self.
No. You see what it is, guys? It's that when you get that feeling, you want that textual healing.
Oh my God!
Don't spoil the end of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to get a pun in there.
Don't
One.
spoil
And
the
an
fun.
attitude of openness to life. Because the erotic is a force that opens us and reaches outward to everything other than ourselves.
I know this
Is she,
name.
is she a
Wait.
phone sex operator?
Wait a minute. I've heard this name before.
Annalise Oatman?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know anything about her except what she's told us. So far, she's told us she's a therapist of some kind and that she's had at least three different failed relationships and inability to have children. And I had her eggs frozen. That's the other part.
Whereas depression,
Like in her own body, you mean?
Well, might as well have.
My eggs literally froze.
and sadness and narcissism can
Wait. Hold on.
Hold on. I gotta hear it again.
That's what
other than ourselves. Whereas depression and sadness and narcissism can close us down.
Uh-huh.
And it's not really surprising that I found this helpful, since studies show that expressive writing can be a really beneficial way to cope with grief, anxiety, and depression.
Yeah. Where's the erotic dancing part? That was supposed to be the centerpiece of this whole thing.
Studies have also shown that intentional movement alleviates symptoms of depression. And according to the National Center for Health Statistics, at
Is that why
least
she's
one.
moving like that on the stage?
Yeah, like moving around and doing her legs the way that she's doing.
Yeah, she's wiggling for health.
I thought
With
she
a
was
quick
just
search
awkward.
on her, apparently her education is all in philosophy and social work.
It says she's a therapist, a spiritual therapist.
Oh,
Well, you don't need a certification for that, for spiritual therapy, because it's not real.
looks like we lost Undoomed. Well, I hope he has a good day, and I appreciate him coming on.
What is EMDR therapy?
EMDR. Why? Did you look her up?
She's an EMDR therapist.
Oh, maybe she's like erotic massage something.
What is this?
Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. That's what EMDR stands
Eye
for.
movement?
Yes.
What?
It's a psychotherapy approach that was developed to help individuals process and alleviate the distressing symptoms associated with traumatic experiences, particularly post-traumatic stress disorder.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so she's talking in that voice because she thinks she's soothing everybody.
What, a Drew Barrymore voice?
This voice is just crazy. I said before, that's a red flag voice right there. This is why no man wants to impregnate her. That voice says it
Well,
all.
I get a very strong reading of some kind of sex work in her.
This voice is a red flag.
I'm getting a very strong reading
Mm-hmm.
of an artsy sex worker. Is what I'm.
In 10
getting.
women currently,
Sorry, back up. How many in 10 women?
1 in 10 women currently meets full diagnostic criteria for major depression.
Okay.
Look at this lady. She's like, I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, like to audience. Look how
is that the 1 in 10 lady right there?
I just won't. This ain't no erotic dance. I can't even see erotic
They fell
dance.
more and more in love with this practice.
Boo.
I decided to look into the ancient Greek myth of Psyche and Eros.
Why?
Dude, honestly, that black lady, her face was saying, "Oh, this white bitch crazy."
It was very clear. It's very clear.
I can't help. Okay, given I know we're only about halfway through. I
But
can't
she
help
bought the
myself at this
ticket.
point.
That's the crazy part.
Did you
Yeah,
see
I
the
can't help
Asian dude
myself.
checking?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Right?
I couldn't help myself. I had to do it.
I
It
imagine
just-
two TED Talk managers, like one guy yelling at another guy. Didn't you vet this bitch?
Did you see the Asian dude checking his badge to make sure he came to the right conference? Like,
Oh yeah,
that was funny.
He's
My
like, I thought
lanyard's
this was
more
supposed to be an
interesting than this one.
academic.
He was waiting for an erotic dance that hasn't come yet.
I know. There was promises made here.
And into the definition of erotic dance. And whenever I use the word eros from now on with a capital E, which is where the word erotic comes from.
You're speaking.
How do we know it's
so?
well, hold on. How do we know it's capital when she uses it?
Capital Eros.
She goes erotic.
I'm referring to that great archetypal force that our own eroticism puts us in touch with.
She's a wiggler.
Looked like she
So
got the bubble
erotic-
guts for a second there.
So that's the deal.
Dance is currently defined as a form of dance intended to elicit a sexual response in viewers.
Yeah.
And that feels off to me because do you know what that's
Then
describing?
you're doing it wrong.
What?
Hey,
You're doing it wrong.
She better close her legs or her diary gonna fall out.
All right.
So-
Do we have any guesses? Do we have any guesses of what she's really describing? Any guesses? Here, I'll go back
January
real quick.
6th.
Here, let's go. Let's go
I
back.
don't
and
know.
get the-
elicit a sexual response in viewers. And that feels off to me because do you
Sexual
know what that's
response in
describing?
yourself.
Okay.
Oh, I bet
It's supposed to be
I bet that's
empowering
it.
of your own beauty or something.
Yeah.
I think for yourself.
Mm.
It's more of a selfish thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what she says.
a performance. Eros is more subtle. It's
Was that
internal. It's a feeling you get in touch with from inside yourself.
Yes.
Is she talking about masturbating? Just
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like
There's so
masturbating.
many masturbating parallels of this.
She's intimating it, if not yeah. Okay.
Can you imagine that? Like you have to actually like bore yourself with a long conversation before you can masturbate.
I would have died already.
I was thinking about Eros. You're doing this to yourself.
Is that like AM radio kink?
I don't know what the hell that is. Like you'd think masturbating, you wouldn't have to do a whole to-do about it, you know?
It shouldn't be that hard.
No.
It's not even necessarily always sexual. It's that sweet embodied longing and craving that comes from our deepest self. An erotic dance in its essence is about learning to work that energy and move it up.
Oh my God.
Work it, girl. Work it.
It's like a chocolate thing.
I've said this about several others in the past. This might be one of the most bizarre TEDx's I've ever watched. This is up there. It's in the top 5 at least.
Hey,
I just don't understand how any human, like, how can any human get up there and do shit like that and not be embarrassed? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
She's
at all.
empowered.
Maybe she's doing a Sam Hyde thing.
Maybe she's performing a confidence ritual through her shamanistic practices right now by moving around the ways that she is, and she's actually, doing a spell.
Looking stupid in public could be her sexual kink.
Could be.
That,
I am
yeah,
impressed
that's
with the
true.
audience not laughing out loud right now while she's speaking.
Oh, they're taking it very seriously. It's all very serious. This is serious stuff.
I'm just wondering why we're almost 8 minutes in and she's yet to make a coherent point.
Well, yeah, we got the bingo card for that. And we'll get there.
When you tap into Eros, you are tapping into your intrinsic impulse, your intrinsic motivation. And this is where all liberated creativity, intuition, spontaneity, and joy come from.
Does it?
You know what I think is this most hottest thing is when people just tell me a bunch of shit I already know in a really long way.
Yeah.
And you
I
are
think-
tapping into your desire. Oh, is that what it is? Eroticism? Oh, you mean I'm tapping into No, walk me through it. How does it work?
Well, she is a therapist. Yeah, telling people what they already know in different ways is kind of her bag.
No, fuck this lady.
Therapists are supposed to listen.
Can we see what the fuck that dude's playing on VR? I'm a little more interested in that. He looked like he having fun. He the only person in the room smiling.
Do you think he's enjoying an erotic TED Talk?
VR, he's grabbing her non-existent ass.
Hey,
that's mean.
Hey, this is just part of your back.
So not surprisingly, as I deepened into this practice, I found more joy in the midst of my pain.
Yeah, masturbation will do that.
And over time, I recovered my own instinctual clarity about a way forward that felt authentic to me.
Okay, authenticity is one of my favorite buzzwords. So what way forward is authentic to you via erotic dance? Is it getting up on a stage at Candy's or something?
There's no candy involved here. If you're trick-or-treating at her house, you're getting raisins.
Yeah, like, is this the type of behavior she wants to have in her life when she eventually becomes a mother and as a role model to a younger child?
You think that she's going to become a mother and a role model?
No, that's what she wants. That's what she started with her desire at the beginning of this talk.
Yeah, the whole beginning of this was her talking about wanting a family, and she talked about 3 different failed relationships. The second one she met at her cousin's wake, which was a great segue.
Oh, and that's hot. Why should she get more into that?
She's being authentic by telling us the truth.
We fucked so hard a ghost froze my eggs.
Why? Okay. I will have sex with you so powerfully.
What is this called? What is this talk called again?
Oh, again, this is called Erotic Dance, the key to finding your way forward.
I thought it was called, oh shit, I owe Lily Singh an apology because it's not that bad.
And no one had ever told me this. No one had ever told me that Eros is how you turn on your light and aliveness and clarity about
They just kept saying, shut up, but please shut up.
Most people aren't insane, lady.
I can't seem to find anyone as fucking crazy as I am.
Guys, I want you to turn to someone at home and say, Eros is your light and aliveness. Everyone right now on the
I kind of wonder if Eros is what she calls a vibrator.
Hold on. I'm going to call Mother into the room right now.
No. Don't do it.
Mother. Oh, no. Mother will want to hear this one.
Take me to the moon, Eros.
Incidentally, the central image in the Psyche and Eros myth
is
the image of a confounding darkness.
Confounding darkness?
What? Oh, okay. She don't shave at all.
Oh, no.
Interrupted by the simple yet plot-altering decision to turn on a lantern.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Grammar much?
What the fuck did she just say?
You know what she means. You get it.
You can use practices like erotic dance and writing, practices that get you in touch with Eros to find your way forward when things don't work out the way they were supposed to.
Is that what I gotta do?
Any of her
Dear Eros, I thought I was getting laid, and this chick just ran her yap all night.
Dude, is she high? I swear to God, she's high as fuck.
On life and Eros, Satsu. That's what she's high on. She's high on the light of Eros and, suggested masturbation. I don't know.
I mean, turning on a light, I'm thinking of the red light district right now and Roxanne. And she's just going through that.
So what I'm getting out of this whole entire thing is when life gets you down, rub one out and then write about it.
There you go.
You wouldn't rub one out in that egg cooler?
You gonna pitch an OnlyFans at the end of this?
It gets us from stuck to movement, and always in a way that is rooted in our depth.
What?
Please keep cutting back. I want to cut back to the black girl every time she says another thing.
I know I've been
ignoring. I would like to see
it,
that black woman's face. Any changes as she's saying more and more? Because if I can't take it, I know a black lady can't take it. I know she can't.
I'm circling word salad on the board. I will get to the rest of it later, guys. I can't help myself here, but that one was just, this whole thing is just insane.
If there were a way to get in touch with that audience member, that would be amazing.
2 minutes left of this. Do you think we get to a point or something more interesting?
No.
I don't think so.
It's going to.
So you might be wondering, where does this practice get me?
Where does this practice get you? Yeah, you're right. I have been wondering that since the first minute. Where are we going with this?
Part of me wants to give you a more tangible happy ending by telling you that this
A happy
practice
ending?
led me to
I thought they only did that in massage parlors.
Dude, I think our time is going to be finally rewarded.
Which part of her? The Eros part.
that this practice led me directly to my soulmate or my first pregnancy. But
and she looks down at her stomach like to check.
There's nothing there.
She had to double check and make sure she wasn't pregnant.
That didn't get
Arrows
you,
do it to me while I was up here.
that didn't get you pregnant. Any of the things that you just said.
I think it's important for us to have stories about women that don't necessarily end in a partner or a baby.
No. Oh, man. Oh, trying to make yourself feel better? Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is a nervous breakdown.
I suddenly just feel very, very bad for her.
Great. Now I'll never have a partner or a baby. This is a waste of my time.
I just want to let you know that there's nothing wrong with me. It's okay to be lonely and insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stories about women as whole people unto themselves.
Yeah.
That whole with
Okay.
a capital H.
Okay, so I think I'm figuring out something right here. Okay, so she failed to find a partner and have a child and things like that. So now she spends all of her time masturbating and writing about it.
Did she say masturbating? I don't think I heard her say that.
That's the thing with the erotic dance.
She's implying. Real quick, before we get too deep into a very special guest, it's my sister Scribe.
Hi.
Oh,
hi, Sister Scribe. How are you?
I thought it was a
Oh,
nun.
you crazy as hell for getting on this stream.
I know. I see what you're talking about, and I already hate it, but that's okay.
Yeah. two mules for Sister Scribe. Sister Scribe, the price of admission for this stream is to describe how you and I first met.
Oh God. Well, I guess I came home in a carrier, and he probably, I don't know, was told to be gentle with me. I don't know.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Sister Scribe is, amongst other things, erotic dance. But my Sister Scribe is also occasionally a stand-up comedian. Sarah, whoops, that was my bad. Oh no, 7 years and 7 years and we've dodged saying each other's names. Anyway,
Right. There's dropping the ball, and then there's throwing it on the ground.
Oh, I suck. Oh well, at least
I
your
don't
name is
care.
generic. I know. Anyway,
Don't distinguish if it ends with an A or an H, and that still
There
allows
you
for a
go.
little
Yeah,
more.
there's no
Exactly. You'll never know my secret.
Scribe, I gotta go, buddy. I gotta go to the show. Good to see you, man.
Okay,
Good to see you
Kurt,
guys.
take care. Have
Bye,
fun.
Sister
Thanks so
Scribe.
much for coming on.
I'll never know the end of this. All right, bye,
I'll have
guys.
you on sometime, and I'll finish it with you.
All right, brother. Bye.
Phrasing.
Take care.
Scribe,
All right, well-
Scribe, if it makes you feel any better, the fact that you said her name went completely over my head until you focused attention on it.
Yeah.
I know. Oh well.
I try so hard to be good, and then
I know you have been. I mean, a couple of times got pretty close, but anyway, Sister Scribe, meet the crew.
Hi, crew.
It's Monkey and Christopher and Pat and Eve and Script Doctor and Satsu. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So we're talking about lonely women.
No, we're talking about here. I'll read the title again. Erotic Dance: The Key to Finding Your Way Forward.
Forward to what?
I don't know.
And OnlyFans?
We're 9.5 minutes into the video. We'd like to know what the plug
Okay,
is.
well then continue.
All right.
Question
Stories
question
that
for
show us we can
everyone
be.
in the chat though. You're at a bar. Your friends dare you to pick up on this woman. What's your line?
This
God.
Oh, I have to. I'll give you my line that I use, and it's worked. Not on women, but on men. It's really cheesy, but how much does a polar bear weigh? And not to break the ice. I know it's. It's worked. It's worked. That says something about you, not me.
I was
All
thinking
right.
more specific to this woman, like her capital.
Well, do I have any foreknowledge of her beliefs before I go up and talk to her?
No, I mean you've heard this talk, and it's the after the talk.
Okay,
and you're
so
at the bar.
I'd go up there. I go. So knowing what I know now, I'd go up and I'd say, you know, I just got this funny message from Eros that you're somebody I should be spending some time with.
Oh.
No,
I'm like, hey, girl, I hear you looking for.
She worships Eros. That's
No,
the thing.
I mean, I'm sure it'd work for her, but yeah.
See,
I'm like, hey, girl, I hear you looking for a heart tenderizer.
You should actually probably, if you're going to do it the right way, you should neg her and be like, you know, Arrow said that, you know, I could do way better, but.
Jeez. All right, let's see where she goes.
But I like
Stories that show us we can be so much more open to whatever life brings as long as we trust our own soulful self-leadership.
I fucking hate this woman.
It's been like 10 seconds. Give me your second.
So woo-woo, come on.
Woo-woo.
And trust.
You don't know what woo-woo is. She's talking about shamanistic birthing practices and talking to oracles earlier.
Does she sun her asshole?
Probably.
Well, she went down to Peru for some crazy, like, spiritual, shamanistic ritual stuff, probably.
That no matter what, our lives will be rooted in purpose rather than performance. Because when women reclaim their own erotic essence, they become truly empowered to blaze utterly original paths through life.
It looked like she really got to go to the bathroom.
I call that feminine.
Doing a major P dance.
Yeah.
She has no
So
thesis
you-
statement to this at all.
There's nothing. Yeah, like I've said with so many others, like I approach these things in my mind. I have sort of the persuasive essay structure just in general in my head. And I think, okay, as I watch this presentation, I'm going to check off the boxes as we go. And in this one, I haven't been able to make a mark yet. I don't know what we're talking about, where we're going, what we're doing.
So, but let me ask, because I obviously came in late. So she's basically saying that, like, the way to reclaim your womanhood is to dance erotically
while writing in your journal.
While writing in your journal.
Yeah, you have to do both in tandem. They're you can't have one without the other.
That's a messy journal.
Yeah, the pages are a little
Got some
crusty.
splashes on it.
So here's what I want you all to do. Are you ready?
No.
My
Yeah,
body is
finally.
ready. I am ready.
Finally.
And this is non-gender specific, okay?
Oh, good.
that-
Perfect.
Okay.
Great. I appreciate that.
I was worried there for a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
When you get home,
Yes.
know the song. It can be a sexy song or a song that's more aligned with the way
I hope
that
it's the
your body
ABCs.
wants.
Let the body set the floor.
Let's get it on.
It's
to move
WAP.
in that moment.
Candle in the wind.
And when you turn it on, stay with your breath and just allow your body to move the way it wants to move.
It's weird. I get in a stabby motion when I let my body move the way it wants to.
Yeah, I've noticed that over the course of our years together.
Okay, I'm a little uncomfortable being this close to your sister. Can you like move me up a bit?
It's working. Okay. Continue.
Can I actually do that? I wonder. No, I can't.
Yeah.
Not right here.
Sorry, you're stuck.
You'd have
Start
put
to
him
get
back
stuck
the,
in your head or feel stupid. That's actually good. You
I feel stupid.
She looks like she looks like she's trying not to pee.
It really does.
She got to go to the
No,
bathroom.
she
really
moves like
bad.
one of those things they put in front of a store to draw attention, the wind things.
Oh yeah,
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can shake it out because you're moving beyond your normal cramped sense of self in this practice.
Oh.
And then as soon as the song ends, if you're out of your head and into your body, immediately
vibrator.
set a timer for 3 minutes
What?
and free write to the prompt.
What's the prompt? Okay, what's the prompt?
All right.
What's the prompt? Here we go. What's the prompt?
What is true for me now?
I feel like an idiot.
I hurt my shoulder moving like that.
Lightheaded.
Hey, Scribbles, I'm gonna dip. Lady Monkey off work. It's been about an hour to have dinner. To everybody that I know, nice seeing you again. To the people I just met, it was very nice to meet you. Everybody, have a good one. Congratulations.
Bye.
All right, take
Hey,
care.
thanks, Monkey. Have fun with the Lady Monkey. Say hi to me. Hi to me. Hi to her for me. Have a good evening, dude, and I'll talk to you soon.
Will do. Love you, brother.
Take care. Love you too.
Aw.
Alrighty. Aw, I know. I love people other than you.
I'm hurt.
I know.
Is it weird
What
that I've met more than one woman like this in my life that talks like this and just babbles like this? I mean,
you grew up in LA.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Funny enough, that's where she's based.
I think it's more unusual if you didn't at that point.
I've met some sort of flighty hippie chicks before, you know, that I just they feel like creatures of nature, and they feel very sort of like only partially on this temporal plane. But this lady is kind of all of them combined into one super Voltron kind of construct.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. You know what? A lot of these women, the comic book industry.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it.
What is true for me now? And don't let your hand stop moving for the entire 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah? It's only going to take about 1.5.
3 minutes?
I told you.
What is this, a marathon race?
Everybody thought we were trolling about the masturbation thing.
Oh, man.
Allow your body to write through your hand.
Bring
yourself.
Oh my gosh!
Just form those letters with your hand.
I have a question
again. Yes.
How else does your hand write?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is at the end of this, she's still childless.
Oh no!
I know. I'm cold-blooded.
Wait. Bring yourself to the edge. What now? Hold on.
Body to write through your hand. And bring yourself to the edge of your own truth.
It looks like she's like trying to jerk some guy off so he like comes into her journal. Use your hand to write with your body.
and edge yourself. It's like, okay, keep edging and edging.
I don't know if she's talking about herself.
She is.
Sticky, though?
She is talking about herself. Don't worry.
To paraphrase the great writer Audre Lorde, recognizing the power of the erotic within our lives can give us the energy to pursue genuine change within our world. So I'd like to leave you with this blessing.
Are you ready? Are you guys ready to receive her blessing?
Hail Satan.
Now that would be a twist I would appreciate.
I'd love that.
That'd be a great twist. Okay, what's the blessing?
In spite of life's setbacks, may you always remain in touch with the power of the erotic to keep moving forward.
Oh, gross.
To the power of the erotic.
Hesitant clapping. Okay. Holy cats, guys.
Homeless? I'm so touched. My heart.
I'm like, where does she get money from?
Well, if she lives in LA and she's a therapist, then I'm assuming yes.
She's not a real therapist.
Trust
She
fund.
has qualifications for it.
Oh, you're thinking trust fund? Yeah, that's.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I'm about to say, line up 100 people in California who call themselves a therapist, and I promise you'll find like 2 degrees.
Yeah,
that's true.
I just thought it would have been great if at the end while they're clapping, she just holds out her arms and drops the mic like sexual chocolate and comes to
and then she runs into the back like, fuck, I gotta pee.
So it looks like she is a real therapist.
Whatever
she
that
has
means.
she has a master's. She is clinical social work. And she is
And
a
philosophy.
licensed social worker. So
Oh Lord.
Okay, well, let's take a moment now and go over the bingo card and see if we can't divine for ourselves a bingo or two.
And then Scribe, I have to get back to work. I just wanted to call and say hi. So
Okay, well, thank you, Sarah.
I was going to pretend if we didn't hear that. And just
I
forget
know.
about it,
Well,
but-
cat's out of the bag, and thankfully, her name, unlike mine, is very generic. So, have a good rest of your. Well, no, it's just true. Have a good rest of your day, and hope work doesn't burden you too much. And I'll talk to you soon.
okay, bye.
I love
Bye,
you.
Sister
Bye.
Scribe.
Bye.
Scribe's name is
All right.
Peppy.
Hey now, no doxing. All right, so let's go over the bingo card one more time, and as a group, we can do it as a group. And chat, if you have arguments for squares to be circled, please hold on. I know this might be a little bit unorthodox compared to previous shows, since I have so many different minds and opinions here, but we'll do it one at a time. Collectivizes own demographic. I think women in general, when she made that statement about how women's lives and so on can be this, that, and the other, I think that probably fits.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, when she said we need a story about women that doesn't end in family or kids or some shit.
All right. Systemic or institutional. I don't think she ever said these words, but did she allude to them in some way that would be a good argument?
I don't think so. It seemed more about
her body
getting
count as an institution.
It seemed more about her own personal journey than it did about anything that the world has done to her or anything like that. So I can at least handle that.
If I was going to be stretching like Mr. Fantastic, I might argue that she was alluding to the institution of marriage and family in the course of her talk and how she was operating outside of the traditional system.
Yeah,
that is a big
It doesn't sound like she even refuted it as either. She's just trying to get herself into a place where that could eventually happen.
Yeah.
All right. Sales pitch for product or service. I don't
I
think
ain't heard
so.
none of that.
I mean,
She
sales
don't know.
pitch is to dance for 3 minutes or dance alone after her song and then write for 3 minutes, but not necessarily to give her any money to do that.
Could you imagine calling the suicide hotline and getting her?
Oh man. Well,
I would be like,
yeah. If she'd mentioned that she teaches erotic dance in a studio or something, I'd probably go for it. But she never did. So
I mean, this could have been an ad for her therapist, her therapy or whatever.
Diversity, equity, and/or inclusion. No, not in the plays victim.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm going to say
she did-
yes to that. It's
yeah,
a-
like how she talked about when she was like, trying to, get a family and it never worked out.
I would say yes.
Well, she also Sorry, go ahead.
No, all the people that were obviously she glazed over it, but all the people that she talked to, that she went to, I'm sure they all had sound, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them had sound advice to give to her, and she just was like,
Well, we can only work with what's in the presentation. And she did come out at one point when she was talking about the failed relationships. And she said explicitly, there's no victimhood or blaming here or something. She said it's people to have different needs and values. So in that sense, I can't really say that she was playing the victim. She was just saying this is how the cookie crumbled. So I guess
I didn't really get a victim complex from her.
Yeah, microaggressions or unconscious bias.
Wait, hold on. The victims were that audience.
I don't think there was any.
No,
there's
No, I can't recall any of that.
privilege. All right, privilege can also be sort of an aggregate as a concept, but I don't.
Well, she was privileged to be able to fly all over the world to help get help there.
Yeah, I don't know about the privilege thing.
I don't know about the privilege.
Yeah,
she acted pretty privileged, but I wouldn't say that she talked about privilege at all.
Well, that's the thing. Is was it part of the presentation in some way?
No.
Contradicts own point or argument. There was none.
There was
have to understand the
what
point.
Or argument.
Well, that's the thing.
Absent of point of argument would be more appropriate.
Yeah, but I mean, in that sense too, it's like if the point was erotic dance is the way forward, she never really got there. Anyway, I'm gonna circle it just because it's kind of a gimme since it was
She
all.
even point blank said, she's like, well, I've not found a solution with this yet,
Right.
but it makes me feel better right now. And it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, but is that really worth making a whole presentation on?
Let's see, patriarchy. No, I mean she mentioned the men she had relationships with, but it wasn't really focused on like being oppressed. Weightless example.
This entire thing was a weightless example.
Yeah, can I count the ways? I mean,
absolutely.
Freezing her eggs and all this other, like everything that had nothing to do with erotic dance was basically like, okay. Economic disparity. No, she never really talked about economy in this. Feminism. Yes, because this was about empowering women. This is about women's stories. This is about
get them to masturbate more.
Not necessarily the most destructive forms of feminism, but this was about female empowerment. Marginalized or marginalization?
Not really. I didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, at best, it's like the fact that she's constantly being rejected by men.
I
don't know. That's a stretch.
That's a bit of a stretch. A list. Did she give us a formal list? She did give us steps, like go home, do this, turn on the music. Yeah. So I'm going to take that as a list of instructions.
Yeah, I agree with that.
List of
Yeah, that
instructions. White supremacy. No, she never talked about race. Self-vilification or wretchedness. Yes, there was.
Yes.
There was definitely, if not an undertone, but definitely it was there that she was sort of feeling sorry for herself. She was trying to look on the bright side of life, but it was still kind of there. Argumentative non sequitur. That's. I mean, it's tough because it's like, what was the argument, and did she bring up anything that had nothing to do with anything?
Well, she went to her cousin's wake and met a guy.
Well, she went to that Peru tribal thing. I don't even know what that was supposed to have to do with anything.
Yeah, she went to the witch doctor in Peru.
But the key word was argumentative, right? Like, doesn't it have to be trying to argue against some other point?
No, it's to say that in the course of my presentation, I bring up a point that has absolutely nothing to do with it. Like a weightless example might be an example that relates to the subject but just doesn't help it. Whereas an argument of non sequiturs, I bring up something that's totally unrelated, and I don't circle back to it, and it just is disconnected from the presentation. But she was so disconnected across the board, I'm not quite sure if anything technically applies.
Yeah, I feel like in that, calling anything disconnected would be weird, considering the whole thing was just a clusterfuck.
Attempt to coin new buzzword or buzz phrase. I don't remember her saying something like something I like to call at XYZ.
No, Eros with a capital E.
Yeah, she does kind of say find your Eros or embrace Eros.
Is that a well?
I don't know, but it
was repeated. Yeah, it was repeated. Find your arrows. Okay, well, that's fine. It's not a bingo square. That's fine.
Are you January 6th? Because I'd love to storm your capital E.
Whoa! Okay, moving on from that. Woo, mind reading assumes motives.
No, not really.
One that was brought up earlier: benevolent condescension.
Again,
I mean, a little bit in the yeah. Like, did you know that if you do this, then that happens? I think Kurt kind of brought it up earlier.
There was one part where she was saying that she was getting advice from people, and she kind of sarcastically said that she was getting a lot of well-meaning advice or something like that. Kind of.
Probably.
I don't know if that would count.
Yeah. That's a tough one. When she talks, I throw back to again that comedian Sebastian Maniscalco. Whenever he talks about someone that's bothering him, like the lady that came up to his house for Halloween, she's like, "Would you like to participate in the Teal Pumpkin program?" Teal Pumpkin? It's like, and for kids who can't have candy, you get put out a teal pumpkin so they know they can get a little notebook or something like that. She'd give out the notebook for sure.
What the fuck? Is that a thing?
That's a thing. Yeah. You imagine?
News.
Could you imagine kids walking past and they see the teal pumpkin? They're like, "Oh, that bitch ain't got no candy. Come on."
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'll leave that one for the audience. The square there. Okay. Anecdote that probably never happened. I don't know. I don't have any reason to think she was being disingenuous about any of it. I think she was about as honest as you could imagine.
I think she was a bit too honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Within the confines of somebody who's on shrooms, absolutely.
All right. And lastly, leaves out vital context. Yes, I think that's...
Yes, she left out a lot of context.
I think that's
devoid
a
of context.
All right. Well, that is the card as we have it, everyone. If you have arguments for squares to be circled, please put them in the chat now, and especially tag me in those. I don't know if we'll get to a bingo on this one. It's going to be rough, and I made a whole new bingo stinger just for this event. Abacus Diabli Scribelite. She left out vital context. Where can I find her dancing around a pole? That's true. Let's see. Derek LaRue. I saw the last half of the show, so I have no clue what she said at the start. Neither do we. We were here for it. We don't know what the hell she was saying either. Some namulation. Marginalized that she is childless. I mean, well, I guess if you take the argument she made that women like us too shouldn't have, she tried to make an argument that her situation was, acceptable or not something to be ashamed of or something. It's like, well, it's not, but I don't know. It sounded like she was trying to rationalize it for herself because she felt bad.
She said, I feel like I want to give you like a happy answer to say that I solved all this. But then again, I also want to give you a story that doesn't end in a woman having a family or kids or some shit like that.
Oh,
so it was like
kind of an argumentative non sequitur then?
It's just such a sad thing to watch though.
That just sounded like copium to me. It just sounded like copium.
That's what I was going to say. It's a big cope because and that's what like this what do you call a slew of childless women in their 30s are going through right now is that they just kept putting it off or not wanting to form that relationship. And now they know they've made a mistake, but instead of saying that's a mistake, it's to be celebrated. And that's this is the most unique way of coping with that I've seen so far. And I got to say, Scribe too, this is like the hardest I've loved in a really long time as well. But I mean, that's, you see this in the feminist circles and that sort of thing. It's like, oh, you didn't do anything wrong by, being childless by 35 or 40. It should be celebrated. And then that becomes the cope. And it's, in this woman's case, it's so bizarre though. I could imagine her genuinely wanting to have kids and men just listening to her talk going, nope.
Thank you, Keldrick, so much. I have never had the experience of being turned on and turned off at the same time before. I mean, she had that voice. She was moving around. It was like, at the same time, it's like she was searching for some, I don't know, justification or rationale for her existence outside of the temporal plane because she couldn't find herself grounded with a child or something.
What bothered me most is that she reminded me of a lot of girls I went to high school with. Like she's in her mid to late 30s and she's still behaving like a teenager. And her grasp of concepts is still like a teenager's.
You're ridiculous lunatic. She plays the victim because she didn't get the life she wanted and it nearly destroyed her. Oh. What do we think about that one?
But she's trying to say that she's better for it.
Yeah, I think it's still more on the copium side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a woe is me type of. It sounds like a hey, I found a way to make myself better.
Yeah, she might be rationalizing quite a bit, but I don't know if that's playing the victim. She was trying to push back against that self narrative. Whether she's successful or not, or honest about it, it's hard to say. But if you want to refine your argument, or you got a different one, give it a shot. Let's see, Abacus Diablo. Inclusion, she was very specific that she was giving a gender non-specific instruction. Oh. That's fair. You know what? It's not a bingo square, so the threshold's a little lower. But yeah, all right, I'll give you that. That was her attempt to be inclusive. All right, so thank you for that, Abacus. Scanner Daftly, anecdote that probably never happened. She had a long-term boyfriend because I am not buying it. Yeah, she said she had a 4-year-long relationship before they figured out they wouldn't have children together.
That's
kind of like a first 6 months type of deal thing.
Yeah, you should find that out pretty quickly if that's something important to you. But
maybe she thought she could change him over time, like convince him. I've seen relationships like that before.
Yeah. And to be fair, I was married for 5 years before I came to the conclusion that I didn't want kids. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't given a choice. I married my wife, and then like instantly, it's like we're having kids. What? Let's talk about. Get off me. No.
Let's see.
It sounds like a bad problem or a good problem to have, but I guarantee you, after a while, the stamina. Anyway,
some Nemnul Nation says she is marginalized for being childless, particularly at 35.
I don't think that's
I
marginalized.
don't think that's
though.
marginalized.
Yeah,
It's you know, like again, we're in a culture where that's becoming celebrated. I mean, women will have literal parades over stuff like this, and I'm sure she's gone to a few of them.
All right. Any other arguments, guys? I'll scroll up a bit in case I missed anything.
That's what I'm saying, because I've been concentrating on that anecdote that never happened, trying to get that thing circled, but I'm just
I know.
I can't get nothing, man.
Mr. E says the entire presentation didn't stay even remotely on point. That, in my judgment, qualifies as a non sequitur. Oh, the whole thing as a. You know, I kind of agree with that because it's like, where are we going? What are we doing? Yeah, you know what? Just because I'm feeling generous, and again, not a bingo square. So, like I said, the threshold's a little bit lower, but all the same, I think in the aggregate, that's probably true.
The entire fucking the entire
yeah,
thing
no,
was an
I mean,
argument.
yeah, I mean, from point to, I mean, you could then say from point to point to point was a non sequitur to the previous and the next because it was also so disjointed. Let's see. Anything else, guys? I know we're just on the
There's
cusp.
nothing in the eye that would actually. Because there's no mind reading.
I don't think we're going to get
it.
Yeah, I don't.
Somehow we got to work white supremacy in here somehow.
Well, she was the only white
what
person
about
in the
the part
room
where
that I
she
saw.
made that one? What about that part where she made that one comment and then the camera just scoped on that black woman?
Well, I did notice that as far as I could tell from the audience shot that we saw, she's the only white person in the room.
She was just oppressing the poor audience with her blather.
Yeah. I wanted to be able to have a chance to use the new stinger, at least on I might still. I mean, I only plan to go another half an hour or so. I didn't want to take up all day and take up everybody's time who wanted to be here. And also, I don't know how much stamina I have for let's see. Collective non sequiturs is faithless. Yeah, pretty much.
You
I think
only
I'm going to
need
call it
stamina for 3 minutes. Just
yeah, I'm gonna call it there for the TEDx guys because I don't think I can. I don't think unless somebody's got a really good argument for something else as far as bingos are concerned, I don't think we're going to get to one, which is unfortunate. I'd hope to at least get to one. But
you got to write her into Funeral Crashers, though.
That was
one of the
something. Well, there was her, and then there was this lady I did a video on several years ago where she solicited some guy for a job at a funeral after she got fired or something, or just I think she graduated college and she was trying to get a job. So she was at somebody's funeral, saw some business mogul or professor or something that she knew, and so she decided to play network with him at that funeral in order to get a job or a career afterwards. That lady was something else. She ran for office and like concealed the fact that she used to work for a whole bunch of big name corporations because she was trying to push a social justice narrative for herself, and she like edited her. She revised her own Wikipedia page to try to hide her past. Oh, that was a crazy video. Remember that one? Let's see. One last time. I have to guys tell me, you're ridiculous lunatic. Sorry. Oh, you're talking to your ridiculous lunatic. Pardon me. Seemed like the yuppie type that would fly to the remotest of areas to get the authentic experience. Yeah, she definitely can afford it. It might be a privileged square, but all right, guys.
I kind of wish Monkey was
for
still
that.
here because
Yeah, he might have a couple of good.
She made that comment about going out into the jungle and doing those fucking ayahuasca fucking rituals or whatever.
Yeah.
And me and Monkey played Green Hell. And when you drink that shit, we seen what happens when you do it. And I'm just like, man, she's been on some trips.
Well, speaking of trips, I have to make a brief trip to the bathroom. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in just a moment. Thank you.
Yeah. Plus, I got to get going myself. But Scribe, thank you for having me on right here. Once again, happy 7th anniversary, man.
Hey, nice to meet you.
You just went to the bathroom, and now you're gonna say that. He just put the music and went and takes that off. Now you finna try to leave while he's in the back. Come on, Pat. Come on,
your boy Pat. You said that on Black People Time. You gotta get better.
I'm back.
He'll be back after these messages. Don't worry about it. So what's been up, everybody? How y'all been? I haven't talked to y'all in a while. Me personally,
I know, right? I've been just maybe on Twitter a little bit and in Discord, and not really done anything on YouTube or Twitch or anything for a while.
I do everything to avoid Twitter as much as possible.
I occasionally get bored and forget that it's a cesspool of scum and villainy, that the likes of which, Obi-Wan Kenobi would go, no. Mos Eisley is great. It's a paradise compared to Twitter.
Especially over the last 5 days.
Yeah. As soon as I opened Twitter the other day, because I only upload it. I mean, I only go to Twitter just to, like, upload videos and stuff nowadays, just to, because you kind of have to. But as soon as I opened it up and I saw what was trending, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself scarce for a couple days, because the fucking fallout. I could feel the radiation coming from my phone. I'm like, nope. You know what? I'm good. These people are losing.
All right, I am back. Did I miss anything exciting?
Oh,
yes. Your boy Pat said thank you for having him on the second you left.
Yeah. Also,
Speaking of having on, it's Weebo Jones.
Weebo.
Hello.
Weebo.
Been a hot minute. I have not been on StreamYards in a hot second, so I had to log in to find my avatar. This isn't even my current avatar.
I'm a boomer.
It's okay.
It's been
real quick, Andrew Joyner, thank you so much. Just saying hi to Satsu, and I miss his streams. Oh,
what's up, Andrew?
Well, Weebo, thank you for taking the time to pop in. So the as I've said to other people so far, the price for admission on this particular episode is to describe what you remember of how we first met on the YouTubes.
What I remember of how we first met,
if anything at all, because it could be cloudy at this point. I don't understand.
Oh, everything's super cloudy in my old age.
Oh yeah.
That's only funny if you realize that I'm probably the youngest one here.
You are.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it had to be at Lords of the Night. I want to say that I was invited on, but I think Monkey was the one who invited me.
Yeah, the connective tissue to everybody so far, for the most part, has been either Irate Alex or Ranting Monkey as to the nexus for how we all ended up meeting each other one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you out there, Weebo Jones is also a YouTuber. Weebo, what have you been up to lately with your YouTubing?
So I just got back to streaming since I moved. There was a while there where all of my activity was a little bit up in the air because I didn't have a studio or a location, and everything was just kind of demoed. So I'm getting back into streaming as just Weebo Jones, but also then as the Nameless Thief over on Wicked Guild, Magog's channel. So if you're familiar with Magog of Morris Car, we do a weekly show where we dress up as your favorite villains from Voth and entertain the heck out of people. And then I do Cocktail Hour with Polly on Sundays. Now, again, we've resumed that now that,
All right, sweet. I can start promoting it now.
Indeed. And then I have the Halloween special coming up in October of the 31st, the Halloween special.
Halloween show. Halloween.
Yeah, that's an actual video. So that'll be released on either the 31st or November 1st, depending on how busy I make myself and how much work I give myself to do, which it's a toss up every year. Sometimes I make it a lot more difficult for myself. And then after that, we resume normal content on a semi-monthly basis.
Cool.
Depending on my busyness.
I'm still waiting for my star appearance on the "You'll Make a Man Out of Me" version of the song. I know. I've been waiting. See, this is at least a 5-year-old now joke or something. She wanted to get like a medley of people singing lyrics to the "You'll Make a Man Out of Me" from Mulan, and I did my bit. Promptly as requested,
yes,
and I've still never seen it. It's the one thing I've been waiting for this entire time. So maybe someday.
I still have the lyrics. Some of those people that I asked for to do the thing are not YouTubers anymore.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah. Well,
maybe someday.
I've got about a half an hour. I wanted to keep this relatively at 3 hours or so. I got about a half an hour left. So I was wondering, for those that are still present, for those of you that can still hang out for a couple more minutes, if you'd be interested in doing a Mad Lib.
Of course.
Sure. It's like before you had left right there. That's what I was saying. I was about to get up out of here because I got to go run a couple errands. So I'll just.
Okay, well, you've got to take off, Pat.
Yeah, that's why I just before you left right there, I just want to say, happy
Later,
7th,
bro.
anniversary right there. Here's to many more. Thank you for having me on right here. And everybody knows where to find me, check out my live stream. It's called Your Boy Live. Well, I'll be on tomorrow with Tiki Barber. We have this little new thing going we call Adam versus Eve, where we basically, we're trying to talk about like men and women issues and just basically, from a male and female's perspective right there. So be sure to check that out tomorrow, as well as everything else, And once again, Scribe, happy anniversary. Here's to many more, man.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Later,
Yeah, everybody
bro.
check him out on Your Boy Live on YouTube. Check that out, and that'll be tomorrow.
All right, take care, everybody.
All right, take care, Pat.
Yeah, nice to
Bye,
meet you.
Pat. Hey, Pat.
All right, so a staple from the Lords of the Night era, Mad Libs. So since I have so many guests here, it'll be hopefully go pretty quick. But chat, I'm going to reserve. Let's see, how many people do I have here? I got 5 people. All right, so chat, I'm going to reserve 2 for you. So what you need to do in the chat, you need to put down a body part and a verb, and just tag them with body part, colon, and then, or unless colon is your body part, colon, and then your suggestion, verb, colon, your suggestion, so I can tell them apart from everything else. And as far you guys are concerned, I'll start with Christopher. Christopher, I need a noun plural, and feel free to be as silly or risque as you desire.
Oh, risque.
Or normal. So sometimes the most normal words make for the funniest things in these deals.
A plural. You said a plural noun?
Plural noun.
Plural noun. And something else. What was the other thing?
That's it. Yours so far is just a plural noun.
Plural noun. Okay. Paint buckets.
All right. That is a plural noun. Next up, Eve, I need a place.
Let's go with a classic because it's your anniversary. The moon.
The moon. I love the moon. That's where I live.
My neighbor.
Weebo, I need a noun, a regular old noun, a person, place, or thing.
Lipstick.
Lipstick. That is a thing. All right. Then Script Doctor, putting your verbal skills to the test here. I need a plural noun.
Speakers.
Speakers. Got that. And lastly, Satsu, I need a noun.
Okay. Well, since it's being so fucking clean in here, I'm gonna say dildos.
Okay.
Wait, are we talking TED Talk speakers or speakers that we hear things through?
Exactly.
It's up to your imagination.
Because
circling back around, real quick, circling back around to Christopher, I need an adjective.
Shit, now I have to remember what an adjective is.
It's a descriptive word.
A word that describes a thing.
It's not like I don't write screenplays. I should know these things.
I know, right?
You got this.
All right. Jiggly.
Okay. There we go.
All right, we're getting naughtier now. Come on, keep it going.
Eve, I need a verb.
Come on, Eve. I know you got some disgusting shit up there.
A verb.
But we just want the words.
My mind just went blank when you're like, I need a verb. And I'm like, oh.
You want to phone a friend?
Do you want to trade, Weibo? I'll take yours, you take mine.
Scribe, is that okay? I have a verb.
Weibo, what's your verb?
Thrusting.
Weibo.
All right. Eve, this will make it easy. I need a number.
Oh. 69.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
There he goes.
And Script Doctor, I need an adjective.
Let's see.
Remember, this is the tagline for Funeral Crashers. For the
Cloudy?
loud line.
Cloudy. I think cloudy would be a good adjective.
Cloudy. All right. And unfortunately, Satsu, you're the odd man out because now we're at the suggestions for the chat. Because I try to make it evened out, but that's just not the case. So I need a body part. Let me go to the chat real quick. What's the first body part that jumps out at me. And if they actually jump out at me, that's a scary thing. Okay, several people said uvula. So I guess just by majority opinion, uvula. And lastly, a verb. Verb. Let me pick somebody who didn't give me one before there. Defenestrate, says Random American. Okay.
What?
That is throwing somebody out a window.
Oh, that's
one of my favorite activities.
I know, right? All right.
Indian
So
conflagration.
here we go. I'm going to share it now. This is Romeo and Juliet prologue.
Oh, shit.
Two paint buckets, both alike in dignity. In fair the moon, where we lay our scene. From ancient lipstick break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed speakers take their life. Whole misadventured piteous overthrows do with their drildos bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their jiggly love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end not could thrusting.
That's right.
Is now the 69 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with cloudy uvula attend,
oh God,
what here shall defenestrate our toil shall strive to mend.
Oof.
That was beautiful.
Snaps and claps, chat.
I like do with their dildos bury their parents' strife.
That's right. That's the only way to do it now, man.
That brings up an image that I'm not quite sure is healthy for anybody.
I feel like it makes sense though.
Oh, it does. 69 hours of traffic makes sense if you're on the 405.
Hey. Let's see. Oh, I haven't noticed that Dave's Lemonade might be joining us momentarily. So we'll see if he pops in. Let's see. As far as other activities I had planned, this is me not having a format. I do have other videos. Unfortunately, most of them are TEDx's. But there might be one other thing. Oh, do I really want to do this? Oh man, what do you guys feel about college essay advice for post-affirmative action diversity essays?
How long is it?
It's 8 minutes, I think. Yeah. Real quick, thank you, Tyrai Deos. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate it. It's very generous of you. Hope you're having a good day.
With a very appropriate $7 donation.
I did. Yes. There
For
you
real?
go. 7 is lucky number.
And it's also
I mean-
your anniversary.
Yeah, maybe I'll save the essay one for another time. That might be too much for right now. I didn't want to get too yeah.
I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Okay, well, I'll save the essays for another time. Let's see. We could do one more. Let's see. One more bingo. Not bingo. Mad Lib.
Ooh, bingo. I want to win bingo.
Well, we already did a bingo for the TEDx that you missed.
Aww.
Well,
yeah, we didn't get one,
timing.
unfortunately.
Yeah, we didn't get a bingo, unfortunately.
Nope.
No
let's
bingo.
see.
She was swift.
Ooh, okay. Let's do one more Mad Lib just for the fun of it. Maybe Dave will pop in while we're doing that. Okay, so this time, chat, what I need from you is an adjective and a noun plural noun. And we'll go reverse order this time. And Satsu, I need a verb.
Oh, well, a verb.
Burp is the word.
How about push?
Okay, that is a verb. Script Doctor, I need an adjective. That seems to be your ballywick here.
An adjective, bloody.
Oh boy. Given the subject, that's going to be something. Weibo, I need a noun plural noun.
Plural noun.
So far, we have push and bloody as our words.
Lubricants.
I guess that is a plural noun, yes. Then Eve, I need an adjective.
Undulating.
Whoa!
Okay.
Okay. I mean, given the TED Talk, that's appropriate. Christopher, I need a verb ending in ing.
Ooh. Ambulating.
Ambulating. Okay.
Because I'm a terrible speller, and that would just throw me off completely. I'll be right back. My kids are coming home. I'm going to say hi to them.
Goat throttle.
Fucking
it's Tailed Feature, everybody.
Hello.
Author of my favorite dog cat fox stinger.
Well.
Who's that? I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
And at the same time, it's Dave's Lemonade.
Ahoy, my friend. Ahoy.
Hey, Dave's Lemonade. In order of appearance, Tailed Feature, again, another one of my oldest YouTube friends, goes back to the early days. He just had his 7th anniversary. How long ago now?
That was the 1st of October.
The 1st of October, yes. So
it's a journey.
I know. We're practically YouTube twins, more or less, 10 days
Very
apart.
nice.
And
I just
forgot
about mine.
I know. Unfortunately, it seems like this is the second or third time that I've reminded you by telling you about mine.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the price of admission for this stream, Tailed, is to recall what you can of the first time that we met.
Oh God, that would have been in one of Irate Bear's many group chats.
Yes,
I imagine. Yeah, all I can remember is your greetings to everybody every day.
Every day, yes. In the Twitter group chat, I had a specialized greeting for each person every morning that I got to work. It was like salutations, Miss Misa, and what was yours?
Jeez, I can't remember. I remember felicitations to somebody.
Yeah, felicitations to someone. Yeah, I had all these very customized individual greetings to everybody.
I can't even remember what my one was. That's terrible.
I should know what it is, but anyway, I did it every morning for a better part of a year or two or something, and just and then we got to talking and streaming together and hanging out, and Tailed attempted, much to my own failure and chagrin, to teach me Scottish Gaelic. Still remember a phrase or two in there somewhere. But I'm very glad you're here to hang out for a bit. And Dave,
go on, give it that. Go on.
What?
Try it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Feskerma. Something Nagelic Dr. Pepper. Dar Pepper. Ounds Nagelic? Is it Ounds Nagelic? Something like that?
On the moon?
Yeah, something on the moon. Yeah, I live on the moon.
Galic's the moon. Gallic.
Oh, Gallic? What's
Gallic?
Yallic. Anya Gallic. Okay.
Yallic.
You can see why I kind of gave up on it. I'm terrible at it.
I mean, that was a lockdown thing, wasn't it?
It was. I try. Yeah, but I heard from somebody not too long ago that was one of their favorite shows they ever saw on yours or my channels or whatever. Which is, but Dave, I know exactly how we met because I basically stalked you for an interview for the better part of a year.
Yeah, I literally just rolled out of bed, so my memory is still kicking in. I think you commented on some of my videos and shared
I sure did,
some community posts, and then you contacted me on Discord. Oh, I contacted you and I said thanks for doing the community posts and whatnot. And from the rest is history. I think the first time we met properly was on one of your streams.
Yeah, I finally was able, because I kept trying to schedule an interview with you for my series, and we kept having to push it off because life just wouldn't leave you alone.
It still hasn't.
I know. Well, no kidding. Yeah, especially recent events. But yeah, I was really happy to get. And for those of you in the chat that don't know, which I'd be surprised, but if you don't, Dave's Lemonade is a true crime content creator here on YouTube. You should check him out if you haven't already. He does great documentaries and breakdowns of crimes and things.
Still promoting me, Scribe. I love you.
Oh, hey, you know, I started from the beginning of my channel. I made a little promise to people that I was meeting at the time. I said, if I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a show called Criminally Undersubbed. Because I kept being told I was criminally undersubbed. So I started this series called Criminally Undersubbed. And I did like 2 or 3 different episodes. One for your boy, Pat. One for a guy that doesn't do YouTube anymore, but I wish he did, Gabrielle. A couple others. And then all of a sudden I had strangers asking me saying, hey, can you do one for me? Like, I don't know who you are.
That's the point of these videos, dude.
Exactly, that's the point.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, but like not only do I not know who you are, like I don't even like know that you are criminally undersubbed. You're just starting to ask them for so they're asking for free promotion, and after a while it got kind of weird and awkward to like say no to people, so I just kind of stopped doing it. I might try to bring that back in some way. I might try.
I got to get to you. Got to send me a link to Dave's because all the ladies at my job are all big true crime fanatic.
Oh, hell yeah, Christopher. They might like this.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's one of those things. It's like they'll work late or something. You walk up to them, they'll jump out of their skin just seeing movement because they freaked themselves out.
I think I got a story. Once I was recording audio for one of my videos, and what was happening in the point of the script was someone was breaking through a window, and there was a ladder outside my window, and a huge gust of wind blew the ladder through my window.
Oh, God, dude.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, and then the person broke through the window, and then bang, all this glass shattered on me and everything. It scared the crap out of me.
Did you keep it in the recording?
I did not.
You should have. You absolutely should have.
I think I said a few too many expletives.
No, just leave them out. You should have kept it in there.
That would have added to the humor factor, just the bleep, 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 crash, bleep, bleep, bleep.
And then just go back to talking normal like nothing happened.
Yeah, it does happen sometimes. Like there's a possum that runs across my roof, and I've got a broom that I whack the roof with. So sometimes I'll be recording and then you just hear bang, 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 and then I go back to talking normally.
Dan, what's your roof made out of? Cardboard?
It's like I record in a garage that's just got the tiniest layer of like tin roofing.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Wouldn't get away with that in Scotland.
On hard mode.
I was going to say, I was going to place your accent in Northern England, but it sounds like it get really cold there.
Oh, no, Australia, all Australia.
Oh, okay. See,
yeah.
I'm so glad you meant Dave and not me. Otherwise,
that's
how wars start, my friend.
You would have made an enemy today.
I'm like you're from North England. Oh.
Then we get speeches about freedom and all types of stuff, and it gets really messy.
I had to tell you this, but I used to have an English accent, and I lost it just in time to find out that American women love it. So.
Christopher was you were born in England. If
I was
I'm
born
mistaken.
in Windsor. I was born with the Windsor Castle. Outside the window, I know the whole story. The Golden Maggot, which is a fishing show, was on the television. I was delivered by the same doctor that would later deliver George Harrison's son, so that has my 6 degrees of separation. Or maybe less than 6 degrees now that I think about it. But, I was just, because I used to have an accent, I became fascinated with accents. Like I'm trying to figure out the Welsh accent at the moment because it sounds like Scottish, Irish, and English all blended into one. I just can't.
Oh, well, Tailed, I think there's a show that you do that Christopher might make use of at some point.
Oh, right.
As far as accents. Yeah, your show where you have people on from different parts of England. Yeah. I have to remind you of your own anniversary, and I got to remind you of your own weekly show. Like, okay, well, I mean,
Scribe, you're like a secretary.
Yeah, how many episodes have you had?
Hi, Scribe.
Oh, hi, Aaliyah.
Say hi, Scribe.
Up.
Hi, Aaliyah.
Up.
Oh,
okay.
How's it going?
She's running away now.
Oh, okay. Hi, Aaliyah. Aw.
She said it though, at least.
Yeah.
How
there
old
she
is that munchkin now?
4.
She is 4 now.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good age.
4 years since the great night. Well, before you guys popped in, Tailed and Dave, we were working on filling out a Mad Lib. Would you like to take part?
Oh no.
My word.
All right.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm really not good at. I'm not good at nouns and verbs and all that.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
That's usually what makes it funny is when I'm.
That is. All right, Tailed. I need a verb.
We'll have rowing.
What'd you say?
Rowing.
Rowing. Okay. Dave, I'll be easy on you. I just need a number. Any number.
Okay. 4.
Okay. Going back around to the top. Christopher, I need an adjective.
That's a describing word, isn't it?
Yes, Christopher.
Yep.
I have to think.
Oh, okay.
I have to think. You put me on the spot. I was answering a message.
Real quick, Squishy says hello, Scribbles.
Hello, Squishy.
He says
That's a good adjective.
I was just about to say, there's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Squishy.
Sorry, I am a little distracted because I'm answering like last minute.
Oh, that's okay.
Before I log off to work. I
All right,
managed to work and do this the whole time. I hope the work I turned in is actually usable because I've been working so hard.
Very
The
productive.
work you turn in starts talking about eros and erotic dancing all of a sudden, and you don't even realize it. Like, we got problems. Eve, I need a plural noun.
Plural noun.
Yes.
Moon bases.
Oh, that's low-hanging fruit.
Very nice.
Let's see. Weibo, I need a plural. There's a lot of plural nouns coming up. Plural noun, Weibo.
Plural noun. Water barrels with an S.
Water barrels. Okay. Let's see. And then Script Doctor, I need a plural noun.
Blimps.
Limps?
Yeah,
I think you said blimps.
Like blimps. Yeah. Like,
blimps.
like
I said
Like the
limps.
Hindenburg.
Like someone that's got a hurt leg or something. Limps.
It's going to be an interesting moon base.
Okay. Satsu, I need a relative plural, as in like uncles or aunts, that kind of thing. A relative.
Step cousins.
Step cousins. Okay.
Oh.
All right. And lastly, before we get to the chat, Tailed, I need an adjective.
Moist.
Oh, no. All right.
Excellent.
Chat,
I thought he would have gone fried, but that works too. Yeah.
Chat, I know I'm going
come
back a bit.
on, come on.
All right, so chat.
I thought you were calling Moist Isley earlier, by the way.
Ew. Let's see. Somnambulation says slimy as an adjective. I'll take that one. And then as a noun plural, who gave me a noun plural? Advocatus Diaboli, hips. Hips. Okay.
I just got a tongue twister out of this whole thing. So somnambulation, defenestration during a conflagration.
Ooh, there you go.
It's oddly specific.
All right, here we go, guys. The Walmart difference.
Oh, God.
Come push at Walmart, where you'll receive bloody discounts on all of your favorite brand name lubricants.
Wait a minute.
Our undulating and ambulating associates are there to rowing you 4 hours a day. Here you will find squishy prices on the moon bases you need. Water barrels for the moms, blimps for the kids, and all the latest electronics for the step cousins. So come on down to your moist, slimy Walmart where the hips come first.
That feels accurate. That feels like an accurate description.
That worked way too well.
I want to know why the mums need water barrels.
Well, you know, they too are very moist.
I'll tell you later, son.
Yeah, I'll tell you when you're older.
That actually
my
does
gosh.
need to be read in a Scottish accent, I think.
Uh-oh. Well,
that whole thing.
Tail could do for us, yes.
All right, Tail, go ahead. Give it a read.
All of that again.
Yes.
Yes.
It's so much funnier the second time.
Yes, it will be.
Okay, right.
Once more with feather.
You just interrupted me as soon as I said, come.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, everybody quiet. If you don't quiet yourselves, I'll quiet you. Go ahead, Tail.
No, that was that story of my life. A woman stopped me just as I say come.
Oh.
So, that was rather crude of me. Come push at Walmart, where you'll receive bloody discounts on all of your favourite brand name lubricants. Our undulating and ambulating associates are there to rowing you 4 hours a day. Here you'll find squishy prices on the moon bases you need. Water barrels for the mums, blimps for the kids, and all the latest electronics for the step cousins. So come on down to your moist, slimy Walmart where the hips come first.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful. That was much better than the Irate Bear streams where he always got me to read the whole Braveheart script.
Oh,
my
yes.
gosh.
Well,
about 3 times I had to do it, and he was always like, "You're not doing it well enough. Do it again."
More Scottish.
feeling.
Mr. Tickleter says, "Can we please get subtitles for the Scots?" You just had them. You had the whole script in front of you.
They're
It's right there.
literally on the screen.
Literally on the screen. It's right there.
I have to say, this is just more and more material for the funeral crashers. This is
Yeah,
supermarket
you're really
scene.
pushing that.
We're
You're
piping
really
that in the
pushing that.
background. I
You're
am
really
into
pushing
it.
that.
I will direct it.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I set about a 3-hour clock on this, and I'm coming up at that time, and my voice is starting to show, at least to me, that I'm reaching that threshold. So I want to go around the circle one time here and have you guys take a moment to promote your stuff, talk about what you're up to and what projects you have upcoming or things that you already have out there that you'd like people to know about. Dave, what are you working on, or what do you have out that you'd like people to know about?
What am I working on? Apart from the YouTube stuff, there's a comic book that I've wrote that should be getting sold very soon. It's called Juniper. I'm just looking it up now to see if... Yeah, I think you can pre-order it now. It's by Scout Comics, published by Scout Comics. And put a lot of effort into that one, so check it out.
What is it about?
If you put a link can you put a link to the sales deal in the private chat off to the side there? If you see it on the right, I can then post it in the chat for people to know about it.
Find where that is. Done. It's just about a young girl and her best friend that's a robot. They live on a different planet, and kind of inspired by Adventure Time and Avatar, where they're just sort of living their life, having a bit of fun, and then she starts to realize that she's the only human on this planet, and it's like a journey of figuring out why is she the only human on this planet.
Oh,
cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
In addition to that, Dave also does true crime, just so you know.
Yes, in addition to that, I do true crime.
In addition to that. Let's see. Tailed, what are you up to, and what have you got working on?
Well, I've got my weekly live stream called Regional Variations that we kind of got interrupted while we were talking about that. The original plan was to have someone from each of the 4 constituent countries of the United Kingdom. That kind of fell apart, so it's just being whoever, basically. I currently have someone from Birmingham, even though he claims not to be from Birmingham. I'll just say that because it annoys him. He's in the chat, so hi, Merson. And a guy who pretends to be Welsh as well. So that's who we've got at the moment. But we just talk about UK news, just try and keep it light. Again, that was a lockdown thing. We just kept going. We ignore the main stories and stuff and talk about a lot of the local stupid news. You know, the usual kind of someone managed to turn their car upside down because, you know, there was a duck crossing the road, that kind of story. I'm really not selling it at the moment, but yeah, that's on my YouTube channel, and I've got a second channel where I occasionally put music and various other history videos and Gaelic videos and all that kind of stuff as well. So that second channel's Scottish feature,
Scottish feature.
Scottish feature.
Scottish.
So, yeah, and that's basically it at the moment. So yeah.
Alrighty. Satsu, what are you working on and what have you got going?
Right now, my gaming channel and my cooking channel have been on hold because I've been working full time on my new reaction channel, which is the TY the Tuber thing that you guys have seen. That's the logo that's showing right there, where I do reactions to kind of everything right now. Is that your phone, Scribbles?
That was my phone going off. Yes, my work
Gotcha.
alerts.
I do reactions to basically all kinds of stuff. That's I'll put the link in the chat right now. And then obviously I have a business selling spices over at oishifc.com. And that's just spice blends. You can use them for everything. They're all purpose. So if you want to use them for vegetables or meats or whatever, they're pretty universal in that regard. And in addition to the ones that you guys saw during the ad, I added 2 more. There's like a taco seasoning and a barbecue seasoning too. So if you guys want to check that out, that is
I'll have to
also
update my ad.
Yeah, those are also on the website and they're available right now. So I ship them myself. So if you order, they go out the very next day if I can help it and you don't order too late. Otherwise, like I said, just check out my reaction channel because I've been uploading like 4 to 5 videos a day on that channel.
Wow.
I am so hungry right now. That sounds good.
Script Doctor, what have you got going on or projects upcoming that you can talk about?
Well, some of the stuff that I have upcoming I can't talk about. But one thing I can talk about, it's not my project, but it's a good friend of mine. Tom Conkle has a science fiction movie called Island of the Stars on Indiegogo, and it's already over 60% funded, and it's got a few days left. So if you want, if you're hating some of the bigger tentpole films that just are not fulfilling, consider sharing or supporting this one here. I'll put the thing in the private chat.
Yeah, and I'll put it out on the stream.
I've read the script. It's actually really good, and definitely fills a lot of gaps for those that have been disappointed in sci-fi and fantasy over the last few years. So yeah, go consider giving that a look. See,
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, it looks the stuff that he's been working on, the things that he's asked me about and has shared in private has been quite exciting. So I'm very happy to help promote this for him and for anyone that wants some fun science fiction to come out. It's if things go well, I think they'll be filming next year, and then it'll be released a year and a half after that, maybe earlier.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen the ads on Twitter and everything, and I've I may have backed it myself somewhere in there in an anonymous fashion. It's possible. Not to give anything away. And it reminded me, and I completely forgot, as I usually do, at the top of the chat box, everybody, I got some fundraisers up there separately. The first one is for a true crime content creator, Morbid Curiosity. He ended up in the hospital recently with pneumonia. He's not in a good way, but at the same time, he also found out that he's also not covered by insurance. And so, he's kind of a fixture in the true crime YouTube community. So if you guys take a look at that in particular, and if you can donate, please do. Secondly, Maddie, another YouTuber friend of ours, she was recently diagnosed with cancer, and she has some deductibles for her treatment that she's trying to pay off. She's posted the receipts for those deductibles on the fundraiser to prove that this is what she needs in order to cover things and nothing more. So you can take a look at that one as well. And lastly, up there for a longtime viewer, Angry Illinoisian. He's on workers' comp right now because of an injury, and his family could use some help. So if you can donate on those, please do so. If you can't, that's fine. But if you can share those out on social media, that would also be appreciated. So that is an aside. Weebo, I know I already had you talk about what you've been up to, but what have you got coming up in the nearest future that people can take a look at?
Well, the nearest future, Sunday, we have the next cocktail hour, and after that, the big Halloween special, which is always a good event to tune into if you want to learn something new and be outraged at the same time.
Yay!
I love being outraged.
Eve, what have you got upcoming, if anything?
I mean, that
you don't have to. It's fine. I mean, it's okay. You know, if there's nothing going on, it's cool.
I am trying to get some things going. I was working on OBS all last night, trying to get it back up to snuff where I need it. I am planning to start streaming again. I'm going to be doing the restream thing to multiple platforms, starting out with Twitch and YouTube, but hopefully being able to expand to like Rumble and Kick and stuff as well, so I can cover multiple platforms while doing game streams. And I haven't given up on the idea of doing a podcast. It's just haven't found the right motivation yet. But
yeah,
for those of you who are subscribed to my Twitch and YouTube stuff, I will be putting out game content again here soon, hopefully before the end of the month, so I can catch the Halloween push, because it's always a big event on my channels and stuff when I did Halloween streams. So
All Hallows Eve.
Indeed.
All right. And Christopher, you got anything up?
Culture.
Yeah. So, now is it I've always heard it pronounced two different ways, Samhain and Samhain. Which is the correct one?
Samhain.
Samhain, I figured. Okay. That's me trying to show off how smart I am. Christopher, what have you got upcoming that people can take a look at, or anything else you'd like to plug real quick?
Well, first of all, again, happy 7th.
Thank you.
And thank you for being so supportive of my channel, which I barely touch anymore because I've been working on projects and full time. So I really appreciate that. And I do, hopefully, as things become more, I don't know, liquid, whatever you call it, I'll be able to return to the live streaming thing. But at the moment, so two things. One, it's, if I had a nickel for every time I was on a live stream where 3 people had a sci-fi project, I'd have 3 nickels. But it's weird that it happens 3 times. So first of all, my film that's out at the moment is The Quantum Terror. It's been out for a year. It's on Tubi, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Filmzy, and a few other things. And I'm currently campaigning. I don't do this very often because I usually don't care about awards, but I'm campaigning to get it nominated for an award this, because I figure Film Threats Award this is the only award that should matter to an independent film creator. So I've been tweeting that out, and I encourage people to go watch it if you like kind of surreal, horror, bizarre stuff, practical effects, all done on a shoestring budget. But I think I did a good job anyway. But I really enjoyed that film. I'm still proud of it. People say you hate your first feature film. I don't. I really like it. So if you like Lovecraftian surrealist horror, there's The Quantum Terror. And then I am also currently working on an animated sci-fi series that I wrote and am producing called Escape from a Planet Omega 12. It's kind of a throwback to things like Forbidden Planet or Robinson Crusoe on Mars. It's about a woman. She's the wife of this ship captain, and the entire ship crew is murdered, including the captain, and she ends up having to escape down to this planet. It's not a civilized planet. It's just filled with weird prehistoric style aliens, and she's got a little robot assistant with her and a blob creature that's helping to protect her, and she's being stalked by an unknown enemy. We're shooting some motion capture green screen stuff at my house on Saturday. I'm really excited about that. And we have some exciting voices that kind of are known for being in this genre. And there's one we're going for. I don't want to say who it is because we have no idea if we can actually get this person. But if we do, we might pick up a huge amount of the goodwill that Disney left on the floor with Star Wars. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But Escape from Planet Omega 12, it's under Sci-Exploitation on Twitter or Instagram, and you can follow it there. And of course, there's my YouTube channel, Christopher Moonlight Productions. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much at that. Whenever I'm put on the spot, I just start.
Oh, that's fine. I'll stop you there just to save you from yourself.
Save
And as for myself, for those of you that know the channel, well, I had thought I'd have the bandwidth to do more than one TEDx today, but I was unfortunately inundated with the happy problem of having too many friends on to talk to and chat with and have fun with. So I have plenty of TEDx's.
That one was so special, though.
That was a special one, I'll tell you. I'm glad I picked that one. That was great. But consequently, I have plenty lined up, and that means that tomorrow, per usual, at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, will be the usual TED Excellence Official, where we'll talk about another subject, a different subject from an off-brand TED Talk. But I just want to take a minute, both to the people who are here in the room right now and those that joined us previously. I'm so glad to have met all of you over the course of these 7 years in one way, shape, or form. I'm glad that the mystic chords of fate and chance brought us together sooner rather than later, and that I've had a chance to learn so much about both everybody here, different subjects that I otherwise wouldn't have, and also, obviously, like our speaker taught us so well, about ourselves, our internal selves, whether through Eros or Prometheus or Archimedes or Cthulhu, however you find yourself, it's all good in the hood. But yeah, I know I'm filling up here. Just I know. Okay, the whitest guy you know. Okay, anyway, moving on. Everyone, again, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody in the chat individually. I thank you guys so much. I mean, of everybody here, and not to diminish anybody else, but you guys, especially some of you whose names I called out on my first live stream, and I still call out to this day in a fit of passion. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me all these years, and your support, your attendance, your participation, your argumentation, especially when it comes to the bingo cards. You guys are the co-pilot of every stream that I do, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Before I forget, because I would otherwise, I do have a Discord server. If you did not know, occasionally I do have a Discord server. So I'm going to give you guys the link to the Discord server. And what you have to do is, as soon as I get the link up here, one moment, please. Sorry.
I'm going to interrupt you because even though we're at the end of the show, I got to run. But
okay.
It was a pleasure to meet all of you. Script Doctor, I just want to say I'm a big fan too. I listen to you a lot. So I enjoy your content. And Scribe, we got to do this more often.
Yeah. So, once you get some free time, we'll have to get together again and talk movies and stuff.
Oh man, that's the free time.
I know,
but I'm so excited. I'm going to be bringing people stuff that I think they're really going to be excited about. So I'm excited to bring that to, and maybe I'll do something exclusive just with you.
Well, looking forward to it.
All right, my friend. Have a good one.
Yep.
Have a good
one.
Bye, everyone.
Nice meeting
you.
Bye,
everybody. Bye, take.
See you, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
All right. So real quick, the Discord server, links in the chat. All you have to do is click on that. You'll find yourself on the landing channel called Say Hello. And in addition to saying hello, you have to give the secret word. The secret word tells me and my moderators that you actually watch the show, which means that you actually can join the Discord. Today's secret word is Eros. E-R-O-S, because Eros was the center of this stream, whether we wanted it to be or not. And Eros will lead you to joining the Discord. With that, everybody, both present have already departed, and those of you in the chat, thank you guys so much for joining me. Moderators, thank you for keeping an eye on things, even though everyone here now and forevermore are so well behaved. You have very, very little to do. Everybody who donated either to myself or to the fundraisers at the top of the chat box, or the fundraisers that have been pushed into the chat recently because of the movie project the Script Doctor talked about, thank you guys so much for your generosity. It really is appreciated. Everyone, I hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good weekend ahead of you. I hope you're all safe and well. If you're not well, please get well soon. And everybody in the room right now, if you'd hang out for just another minute so I can say goodbye to you and personally after I close up here. But otherwise, if you are not well, please get well soon. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Fuck off.
I was waiting for it.